What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comic. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop.
Peace. We good, Reno?
Nah, we not good. What happened?
I'm gonna use on mute.
It says we live, but I don't know if we live.
Yeah, but it's not looking like we live over here.
That chemistry between them two, Leto and old girl.
Yeah, let me see if we live.
Stuff.
No, we live. I got it. It's on my TV. I got it on my TV. We live.
Yep.
We live.
Live in
I got
effect, direct.
Dang.
Welcome
I don't know.
to
It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. I gotta blame StreamYard for that. StreamYard is really not doing things. StreamYard really dropping the ball. But Bloodshed Book says she gonna be here in 20 minutes. She been down with the vid, but she feeling on the uptick. Good to see her. Shout out to Slade. What up? Peace, Corey Adger. Salute. Yes.
Everybody, word.
Spade is in the building. We got Spade joining us tonight.
Peace.
Yo, hold on, man. I gotta grab a comic. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that shirt you got on right there. Raw Talk is crazy.
Oh, thanks.
Let me see that, bro. Let me check that out. Oh, that's pretty tight.
Is that Zartan?
Yes.
Zartan.
It's based off I forget what comic book number, but it's yeah, there you go.
I was like, yo, that's one of my favorite covers right there.
49, 48.
48. Yeah, I got this up on my shelf next to my Destro. I meant my Destro, my Zartan figure.
Yeah, so I flipped it and did it, to whereas meanwhile in the loading dock of Target
stock room.
Yeah.
Dope.
So Zartan is hemming up one of them stock room guys in Target, and it so happened to be gun hole on the low,
I need one of those, man. I made this one.
Oh, you made that.
Yeah, I got the Gambit cut out from an old t-shirt that was like faded, and I cut him out and used the pink stitching because he's got like hot pink coloring and shit. And
it looked pretty dope.
You did your own stitching machine and all?
Yeah, I bought I ordered a sewing machine and just went on YouTube. How do you thread a sewing machine? How do you do this, do that? Because originally I bought it because I wanted to modify some of my jeans. Because my jeans, like I had all these Coogee and Rockaware and like all this, LRG and all these brands that were made big baggy clothes at the time.
Yeah.
And all that baggy shit went out of style. But I had all these, $150 pairs of jeans. I'm not about to throw these away. So the way I figured out how to do is to actually cut a bunch of the fabric out and made them more snug or more tight fit. So now they're like, you know what I'm saying?
You wanted them tight, you want them like young boy tight, or you want them like like fitted, or like I'm just trying to figure, I'm just trying to figure out.
Over here, no, relax. Yeah.
At least you did good, man. Cause see, before YouTube, which a lot of people don't know about these days, but long before YouTube, we had home ec class in school. I took home ec. I passed the family. I passed the cooking part, but not the sewing.
Oh no.
Nah,
I passed them all. The only one that gave me trouble was the typewriter.
I can sew.
The typewriter and type it ASDF JKL, semicolon. You had to do all that, and
Yeah.
man,
Now we attempt typing, but back then,
I still do this.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? When we were in high school, typing wasn't elected; it was a class. Everybody should have took it because as much as we type and use keyboards now, it would have been efficient or prudent for you to take it back in the 90s to be a more efficient typer now. Because you got some people they still be henpecking.
Even though I can do this, but I still.
I was thinking about that too. Like
this though.
Typer, like a lot of women like to learn to type. That was a skill that a lot of women had. Like they could go be a secretary, whatever, like typing
secretaries and stuff like that.
Now everybody type 50 words a minute. It ain't nothing, like, because everybody on that social media. So people have learned to type on their own, and we didn't, we need it.
They kind of type with their thumbs now.
On the phone, type.
Yeah, you don't even need a whole hand. You can knock it out. You get 60 words a minute on a thumb with two thumbs, boy. You know you a bad motherfucker. You can get 60 words on a thumb.
Then you had wood shop and automotive class, all that steel shop, steel works. Yeah, man, we had a lot of good stuff back in the day, man.
Mm-hmm.
These kids now, you got to pay for it. You got to go to Lincoln Tech now. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody got smart and said, maybe we can make them pay for it. And start making it. I mean, it don't do nothing but hurt us in the long run.
Heroes Club, what up?
Welcome.
Oh, what's good, my brothers?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Haven't seen you
Heroes Club, what up?
Wow, it's been forever since we've seen each other.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. What's
up?
We got a lot to talk about too, because I want to cover this new TMZ Presents UFO Revolution docuseries, man. It is crazy. And just peep some of this little footage, man. I think we can even peep. So I'm gonna try to play it fast, like it's sped up, so that it's modified and not, it's artistically modified. YouTube, we not just showing, we artistically modifying this here, and we talking about it. So don't knock us off the line, because we doing this thing official.
Free use.
You know what I mean? But stop and talk about it. But you can see this. It's called TMZ Presents. It's on Tubi, so go check it out on Tubi, and you can check it out. But
TV. Listen, if you ain't got Tubi TV, you losing.
No.
Everybody say I'm a good subscriber to Tubi TV.
Yes, you gotta
watch Tubi. I watch Tubi, bro. They got cartoons and everything on Tubi. I watch Tubi hard.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And Pluto TV got a whole channel dedicated to Transformers. Listen, I watch that hard, bro.
Yeah.
They got the Star Trek channel. They got it all, man. They got the Love Boat channel. I said I watched the Love Boat all day one day.
Speaking of the Transformers, I can't wait. We're gonna get into this too in a minute today. The G.I. Joe, Duke, and Cobra Commander. But check this out, y'all. So this is not about. It's not one of them UFO docuseries that's trying to convince you that UFOs are real and that aliens are among us. No, we passed that. This is just showing you that the government can now no longer deny that they know that UFOs exist, and they can no longer pretend that they don't know about it or it ain't real or whatever. They can't. And this is a documentary basically putting together like congressional hearings, interviews, quotes from officials, and all of this about their firsthand knowledge, especially Air Force pilots and shit like that have been known about it. So it's one of those. I consider it a huge win for our side, for those of us who seek the truth and always strive to gain knowledge in this life. But check this out, man. This is kind of crazy.
I'm actually being serious here. Is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. When I was
President, we made every attempt to find out everything about Roswell. And we also sent people to Area 51 to make sure there were no aliens.
Another coffee drop moment for me was when Jimmy Kimmel showed some footage that I had obtained and released military film UAP to George W. Bush. The first thing I would do if I was president is go right to the UFO files. I wonder if you've seen this video that has been verified by the Pentagon. Would you be surprised if we were visited by creatures from another planet?
I mean, those are the presidents are not privy. You got to remember, presidents come and go in either 4 or 8 years. So they're not going to give these men who come and go in a short time access to the deepest, most secure, top secret shit that the government has. And they know that. And so it is levels way above the president. The president is not the peak top of the government by any means at all. So it's funny to see these presidents, how they've actually sought out this information on their own, and they even couldn't get, full access and shit. But the Pentagon.
Well, you got different levels. Being in the military, you got different levels of security clearance. So like, got top secret, then you got 1, 2, and 3, and so everybody in the military has need to know, which is like, I think it's like level 1 or some shit like that. So like, presidents, believe it or not, are on a need to know basis. So like, once they get cleared, like, you have to be cleared to know anything above the next level. And if you're not cleared, they don't give a damn who you are. You just don't know. So that's where everybody that's in the government, and the president is part of the military, so he has need to know. So every president has need to know clearance, and if they need anything higher than that, then they get approved for it, just like everybody else.
Right, they got to be approved. They got to be cleared. But this is going way above presidents. This is Pentagon. This is congressional hearings. This is the whole shit.
Yeah.
They've been really hesitant to get specific about what exactly they've been briefed on. They have been clear that something strange is going on, and it does sort of indicate that maybe there's some sort of a messaging shift going on behind the scenes.
The truth is, we found through our reporting that presidents are not routinely briefed. Viewers might think that, as soon as somebody becomes president, they're let into all the deepest secrets of the government, including UFOs. Well, that's not true. What we found in our latest reporting was that this information is the most deeply held secrets in the entire government, and that includes from top officials, including the President of the United States.
The U.S. government knows something unexplained is out there. The Pentagon has until late June to tell Congress in an unclassified report what it knows about unidentified flying objects.
One of the critical moments is when President Trump signed to make the Pentagon do a report about UFOs. And this was part of the Intelligence Authorization Act. And that
it's crazy. This whole joint, man. This whole documentary is super dope. It is. I know. It's hooked on it. It's basically a 3-part event. It's TMZ Presents UFO Revolution. Like I said, premiered on Tubi, and it basically is said to lift the lid on the biggest cover-up in the history of the world. A brave group of men and women, including Congressman Tim Burchett, are fighting for the truth and telling us that they're adamant that the U.S. government knows a lot more about UFOs than they've been letting on to the public, and we deserve to know what they know. And filmmaker and journalist Jeremy Corbell spearheads TMZ's investigation, sort of unveiling shocking footage and captured by the U.S. military in Iraq in 2018 of a jellyfish-shaped object that was designated as a UAP, which they call unidentified anomalous phenomenon, by our intelligence agencies. And the documentary also features like firsthand accounts from people who've spoken out about UFOs at significant cost to their personal well-being. And I don't mean like, Jim Bob in his shack. I'm talking about like colonels in the Air Force, right? Shit like that. And Corbell chats with David Grush about the aftermath and a smear campaign used to discredit his allegations from the landmark July 2023 hearing that just happened last summer, which Lieutenant Grush and Lieutenant Graves, Commander David Fravor, all testified before Congress under oath. During the testimony, Grush alleged that the U.S. owned non-human biologics, basically alien bodies, recovered from crashed craft. The documentary also examines all the different scenarios for what might be dealing with, from anomalous activity deep in the ocean to other possibilities that are pretty dark, and really just like Stu said, man, just dope, just very, very interesting, very, very eye-opening, and hell of entertaining. But if you are one of those who believe that, there's no way that we're alone, and that's me. I think it's just completely illogical that in this infinite universe we're the only speck of dust that has life on it. It's just mathematically impossible, if you ask me. But yeah, I think it's very obvious that the government have to know.
Of course it's possible. I mean, think about it. We've only discovered the atom in the last 100 years. So think about, if we discovered the atom and it was always there, and we only discovered it in the last 100 years, why can't there be life on other planets that we just haven't discovered in the last 100 years or so?
Yep.
So
it has to
be. You gotta believe, because look at it like this. Look at our advancements in technology. If you think the government don't have a UFO or any type of UFO in their possession and didn't reverse engineer their technology and things like that, you're a newborn fool. I mean, look at our advancements in technology. They got all of y'all stuck on cell phones. The transistor, we went from the transistor to the microchip to the digital age in less than, we did that in less than 100 years. So if we went from the transistor to the microchip in less than 100 years, we had to get that technology from somewhere, because we couldn't even figure out if, as a matter of fact, I'll give you one even better. Back before World War II, we thought space was flat. So if we thought space was flat and believed it until Einstein proved it not to be true, and then we didn't know about the atom until Einstein proved it not to be true, what makes you think that we, with all our one-sidedness, invented the microchip? We couldn't have.
Hey, if I could chime in real quick. So I believe in aliens, but the issue that I have with that comment is that we're smart enough to do it. Like we don't undermine human. All right, look. So there is a little boy in Africa right now. Wind turbines.
Okay. The technology.
Okay, let me ask you.
Are controlled by what? Computers, right? Wait. They're controlled by computers. Am I right? So without a computer to make that wind turbine spin and then send that electricity, do everything computers do, no matter how smart or dumb the computer is. You got to remember, we went to the moon. A handheld calculator that you hold in your pocket right now was more powerful than the computer they used to land on the moon. They were still doing calculations on how to get the craft back to Earth by hand. They had people doing that. That's what that movie what was that with the 3 women? That's what that movie was about. How those women, that one woman, she was doing the calculations by hand to land the craft back on Earth.
All right, let me ask you this.
And that was before Roswell.
Let me ask you this. How do aliens do it? So like with your explanation, how would you explain how aliens develop the craft and the technology in order to fly to Earth? Do we not have the same potential?
I got the answer for you. I wouldn't know unless I talked to one. And since
I
can't talk to one, couldn't ask him that question. I would just say that they are more advanced because they work with that stuff. You got to remember something about people. Like look at us right now. You say you believe in one thing. I say I believe in another. That's the problem with us.
Many millions of years before we were. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just because humans have only been here this long, obviously the beings that are able to travel, whether they're traversing through time portals, teleporting, traveling distance, doing light speed travel, whatever it is, clearly they've been around longer than us. And I think if humans had time, I think we would eventually discover and create all that shit, just like we have. I mean, everything we have created and discovered. I'm not gonna give it all to aliens. I do believe that we might have got a little boost, because like Norrin Rad said, right around the time of the atomic bomb, a whole big, revolution in technology took place, and a lot of people think that's because that atomic bomb is when aliens or other beings took notice and they were like, okay, they've reached level whatever, it's time to focus in and see what's up with them. Because I'm sure that when you have a planet that can sustain life, it's a rare commodity in space. And so if there's aliens, they probably communicated with each other and have some sort of federation or galactic community where they look out for planets that can sustain life, and they make sure that them planets don't get destroyed and blah blah blah. And so when they see a planet sustain life that becomes sentient and becomes intelligent and starts creating technology and like a humanoid type being or whatever, then they start watching them. If they ever get to the level that we've gotten to, and they start adding, chiming in. And I do believe that if we continue to destroy this planet, they ain't gonna let us do it to the.
When I was in the military, I took a course on that, and we all had to take it. The reason why we're not that advanced or haven't been that advanced is because we spend too much time fighting each other. Every decade or so, there's a war, and that war puts us back technology-wise, because you never know who you might have killed that might have invented something that advanced technology forward however many years. Think about it like this: the internal combustion engine's been around for how many years, and we refuse to let it go. Elon Musk was like, no, we can make a car run off electricity. We did it. But then you got people that still refuse to leave an internal combustion engine. We refuse to move on. The space shuttle should have been obsolete years ago. We should have built a new spacecraft. We haven't yet because we refuse to let go of what we got. And the military keeps all the dope stuff for themselves.
Check this out. The aliens, who we call aliens, we're just a product of their scientific experiments. We are the offspring of those intelligent beings. Okay? This planet or firmament or whatever you want to call it is basically a outpost, so to speak. Now, if you look,
and
all the signals and answers have been given to us. We just are not awake enough to see it. Everything that we need has been given to us. And we manifest that through our imaginations, our movies, our comics. Everything that has been presented in front of us has existed at one point. Because if it didn't exist, we wouldn't think of it. We wouldn't drum it up. It has existed. So when we talk about aliens, look at Prometheus. That theory. Okay? That's plausible. You look at people talking about flat earth and firmament and different sectors beyond Antarctica. It's plausible. Us having the technology being in concert with those extraterrestrial or interterrestrial beings is plausible, because they have to have something or someone here to guide their offspring. You can't put babies on a planet and let them roam free without any guidance. So there has always been guidance on this planet. We just fail to realize and recognize and understand how to apply it.
It's like how Stargate shows that the aliens were the gods that the primitive man would say, "Oh, these
worship
down in ships from the sky." That those might be aliens is plausible. It's absolutely and for those the religious.
To somebody we know that looks at technology that don't have a lot of technology, it would seem like magic.
Let me finish this idea real quick. So when you talk about the Prometheus, what you call it, the Prometheus theory and all of that, and us being a product of the aliens or whatever, I've often thought that aliens, whatever their species was, came here. We have primates, we have other beings, it was other shit here, but they used that DNA with the local DNA of whatever primate, whatever the most intelligent being was, mixed with their DNA and created this advancement. And all of a sudden, Cro-Magnon man was here, or whatever the jump from Neanderthal to us that happened. And there's this missing link. That's because that's where the aliens took their DNA and made that jump happen. Whether it's to incubate their babies, mine uranium, be slaves on this planet to mine gold for them, whatever they had to do back in the day. And then there was all these civilizations here. And why do you think every single ancient culture has these same pyramids, has these same stories about gods that came down in ships, boats from the sky? Like they never had any communication in South America and Egypt. There was no way for them to communicate. So how could they all come up with the same exact shit that clearly would be the same story that we come up with when we do shit like Prometheus and Aliens and make movies and stories and books? It's the same shit they do when they have their mythology and all of that. Black Heroes Club. Do you believe in supernatural power?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, no, because I believe in aliens and I love this kind of conversation. So my question to the room is, do you guys think that we could communicate telepathically?
Yes.
Do you think we have to?
Yes. Me and my brother do it all the time. And I'm not bullshitting the panel or anything. This is on my parents. They passed on. This is on my parents. Me and my brother, I would be thinking something. He would tell me about what I thought. And he can come on here and verify it.
Bro,
I see, but that's my thing. It's like I believe that we have the potential to be powerful beings. Like I agree with the whole alien and maybe we're a different species, et cetera, but we still have power. Like we still have the potential to be these amazing human beings. Like, Isaac Newton, Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein. Like we have the potential to be great.
We do have the potential, and I think, but I agree with Stu that when major jumps in technology happen, that it's some of that guidance that Raw Talk is talking about. Some of that, whether it's guidance like here they gave us a little hint, or whether we reverse engineered it from some shit that we found, whatever it is. Norman Raz said, I think there has to be something to the ancient tablet we found talking about the Anunnaki, the fallen angels. Of course, man. I mean, yeah, it's facts, because all them ancient cultures have those same tablets, them same stories, them same, myths, whether it be the Hopi Indians, or I mean, man, it goes deep. It goes too crazy, man. And we could talk about this shit for days and days and days.
But I've been in a conversation for 24 hours and not feel tired. Just because you're using your mind totally and you're communicating 24 hours straight and not feel any deprivation or anything of that nature.
I've had some crazy shit happen, dog. I mean, like straight up, my wife and I, we this is real. I don't mean you can believe it or not. It's crazy, but we fell asleep like with our heads literally touching, woke up and described the exact same dream that we had. How is that possible? How could I tell her the dream she had? She could tell, and it was the same fucking dream.
Because we're telepathically capable. Like I think that what the government does do actually is invents these smartphone devices and invents TV that stop us from being able to communicate with each other. That's why I feel like the government made all this stuff in order to keep us under, to keep us slaves. We're livestock at the end of the day. We're slaves.
Oh yeah.
Radio waves. Once they collide with each other, they can cancel each other.
If the government, you gotta understand something. If the government says that UFOs exist and they just let everything go, it would destabilize the world as we know it today. The world economy, everything would be in shambles, because now people would be like, well, wait a minute. If UFOs exist and it is aliens, and y'all do have, then what the hell's been going on? The world will be in total anarchy and chaos within 24 hours.
But it's already
it would just happen that way.
slowly, Stu. It's already at that point, Stu. It's already happening.
But no, we know. But that's what I'm saying. I know we have this stuff. I know they have it because the first microchip was invented in 58. The first computer chip was invented in 71. Those small leaps in technology don't happen like that. It doesn't. It just can't. So
all right,
we had help.
Let me ask.
58 on record. It was 58, but the design of the microchip was 1,000 years before that.
Yeah, let me ask you guys,
because you had no way to power it. You had no way to power it. So like somebody might have had an idea to do something, but I'm saying like we went from microchip to computer chip to silicone processing. That all happened with less than 100 years. It is known that it takes civilizations hundreds and thousands of years to advance to something that where we at now. Bro, we should still be watching CRT TVs right now, but we're not. And we're not watching them because of the invention of the silicone chip. That made it possible for us to make stuff smaller, to make it more handheld, to make computers more powerful. We're up to what, SSDs now? We shouldn't even be on SSDs.
Now
we should still be using hard drives.
Now with the science and what we're describing and everything. Now when you juxtapose that to religion, which is a whole entire subject matter, and it's all, and if you take that from a sci-fi point of view and look at it and put it side by side, it's very interesting things you come up with. Like Satan, for example, he rules this planet. According to the Bible, he has dominion. He comes from the sea.
Hey, Bible reader. So Satan is roaming about like a roaring lion on the earth now. God and Jesus sent him down to earth and cast him down and said that the earth has a short period of time before, Satan, or before God's kingdom will come and be established, and Satan's kingdom, or the earth kingdom, will be destroyed. But we actually have dominion over the animals. If you ever notice, or if you ever think about it, how many actual animal attacks, besides dogs, or how many actual wild animal attacks do you know about? Like Steve, or the crocodile hunter taught us that these animals aren't to be feared. Most people die in a car wreck than being attacked by a wild animal. I know that we don't live in the wild anymore, but still, like, animals don't really kill or hunt humans. There is no animal, maybe a polar bear when he's starving, but outside of a polar bear.
You go to Africa and they drop you off in the safari, a lion is going to eat your ass. I promise.
See, I love animals. I love animals, but a lion attack is very rare. A lion killing a human, and you can look it up, a lion killing a human is very rare.
We've seen it.
Fearful.
Hippos too, yeah. My man Norman Raz said hippos.
All right, now I don't mess with hippos. Steve told me never to mess with the hippos, so not hippos. I'll mess with a lion before I mess with the hippos.
Hippos are terrible.
Yeah, hippos don't care. They're an alien on their own.
Yeah, they straight bullies. Yeah, hippos are straight bullies.
But I don't want to get on the religious tip on the show. It's too polarizing. But check this out, y'all.
I agree.
Or what
people have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover or conceal these extraterrestrial technology? Yes. Firstly, anyone been murdered?
I have to be careful asking that question. The gravity for what's going on with UFOs right now couldn't be more important. There's no going back from this, man. This is the moment that we define, are we going to have this conversation or are we not? This is the first time you have people that are there that have the impetus to tell the American public the truth. So how did we get here? How did we get here today?
All the events back to 2017.
We need to go back.
A secret UFO program revealed. The military spending millions of dollars to look into UFO sightings, and videos from American fighter pilots all been made public. The remarkable admission by the Pentagon came as a result of reporting on the New York Times, which published a story of the mysterious UFO program over the weekend.
In 2017, two colleagues and I published this front-page Sunday New York Times piece revealing for the first time that Pentagon was not out of the UFO business, as it had long claimed, but was really very much involved in tracking UFOs.
Yeah. Pentagon been involved.
With $22 million in secret funding to track and investigate encounters between Navy jets and unknown objects.
That's fact, right? That's fact. That's the U.S. government military spending money, millions and millions of dollars to admittedly like fucking study UFOs. Straight up crap.
But now here's my question. Wouldn't the UFOs or possibly have some electromagnetic field that would disrupt any electric device?
No.
I mean, maybe, but they don't.
No, they don't. They don't. You listen, you can't think about TV and then apply it to real life. So you got to look at it like this. Those objects were picked up on radar or what do you call it? Guidance systems that they use to target other aircraft that fly around in our space. So the stuff we fly, we can pick it up and we're picking up their stuff. So obviously they can outmaneuver us, so they ain't gotta hide. They don't need cloaking devices. They don't need none of that electromagnetic. They just fly faster than we are, and they're more agile than we are, so we can't catch them. And they know it, and they keep it moving.
They said there's nothing we can do about it. That's what they said. He said the maneuvering that we've seen them do defies what we know of technology and physics to be able to do. And we watch them. We cannot do it.
Our known physics, Reno. Our known physics, Reno. Our known physics, because obviously they know something we don't.
Yeah, that's what they said, and it's true. Like if they're doing shit we can't do, there's no reason to hide. And I'm sure they could hide if they wanted to. They must hide. They must hide sometimes. Obviously, it would.
On here, Reno, what did the guy say? The guy said that the UFO went from a couple hundred feet to 80,000 feet in less than a few seconds. We ain't nothing like that. No. So why would you need to hide? Why would you need to hide? You can just shoot up in the air. A satellite is like 80,000 feet. That's not even in space. That's in the upper atmosphere. Yeah, that's in the upper atmosphere.
Who said that they might be monitoring us?
Who said that? Oh, well, that's our perception. That's our perception is that we're being monitored by them. I would believe so if they're flying around. But me personally, if I had to give an educated guess, I would say that most of the stuff we see flying around is stuff that was reverse engineered by the U.S. government, and they're test flying it around, and we're just catching it. You know, because like the government has other agencies that we don't know about, that even they don't know about. So I feel like somebody's test flying it since a human, and these planes are picking it up. And they're like, there's a plane. Oh, there's a Tom. I'm out. Bye. And he's gone. You can't catch it.
Now I want to say, why do we think these aliens are not humanoids? Why do we think they're creepy monster looks and things of that nature?
I think that's just in man's nature. That's just in man's nature to think that something is
I think the aliens are just like us.
I do
just like us.
It could be. They could be. I think I don't know what they're like, and I wouldn't take a guess until I actually saw one. But I can tell you what, I wouldn't assume that they look exactly like us. You come from a planet different from me.
How would you know that
you might be smaller than me? You might be taller than me. You might be wider than me. We don't know. Like, look at Men in Black. Sometimes I think the shit Men in Black is the real deal, because the way they have them hiding in plain sight, and then the stuff they say, it makes you wonder. You be like, yo, I wonder if such and such really is there. Or, like Andy Warhol, is he really an alien? Because he was kind of weird. Or just the stuff they have out in the open.
Have you guys seen The Day the Earth Stood Still?
China's not ahead of us in the technology. China just manufacture everyone's technology.
Yeah, China. And listen, if China could do this shit, they would, like they said in this show, if China could do this shit, they would own us. They would really run shit.
Anybody would. Yeah, anybody in the world would, because that's man's nature. That is man's nature to overpower anybody that is not as powerful.
The ones who are ahead in technology, and a lot of people don't know, is Israel.
Yeah, watch this.
Especially on the web, who tried to downplay and undercut the article, but the government never succeeded really in undermining the reporting we did. It didn't fully endorse it. It claimed at some points that Lou Elizondo was not who he said he was. We had checked him out. So
Dialogue for, and sometimes that is not. Dollars look into UFO sighting. The Pentagon ended funding, but the New York Times reports the program remains in existence.
the mainstream media quickly picked up on the story. We were treating it seriously. The 3 videos of encounters between these Navy jets and these objects.
That's the Navy fighter pilots with their, billion-dollar jet, guidance systems that pick shit up like thermal fucking, ain't nothing hiding from it type shit. And they describe
a FLIR image. That's a FLIR image right there.
Yeah.
So if that picked it up, then you know it's real.
It was sensational. The videos were among
He was locked on it. He was locked on it. If you look at it.
I wanted to answer Noah and Rad. The reason why China has the most advanced facial recognition system is because our scientists and technology and our students, they go to China and we have our own stuff over in China. Look what happened with the virus.
But if you walk around China, like everybody,
we have labs over there. We have a lot of stuff over there. This is why we really didn't go to war with them yet, because we're still, it's like your little brother, you're fighting your little brother over a G.I. Joe. That's what we are with China. We're fighting over a G.I. Joe. We're brothers in this crazy world fighting over a G.I. Joe. So we share technology. We may sit at the table and eat with one another and share knowledge. And they are the main manufacturer of all this. So, of course, they know more than anything. We just give them in bits and pieces. We're not going to give them the whole bomb, but we're going to give them this piece, that piece. We get them back, and we put them together over here. So China is more so a manufacturing hub for the world rather than inventing things, because they reverse engineer all of our technology.
What's good?
Actually true. China's been working on all of that for a long time, bro. They've been working on it since like early 2000. And they want to be. China has a goal.
Why do we
this
get
is
all
the problem.
Hey, guys, let's welcome the ladies to the show.
What's up, Jed?
Welcome. You been down with COVID?
Almost 30 days. I got sick New Year's Eve. That's why I wasn't here for the New Year's show. And
I was wondering.
I get up, I go to work, I come right back down. I get up, go right back down. It's been going on for 3 weeks. I'm back. I figure I'll just pop in, see what y'all talking about.
Oh, glad to hear you're back.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Word.
Definitely glad to hear you feeling better. We talking about this UFO shit right now. The TMZ Presents UFO Revolution. It's a documentary talking about how the government is fully aware that the UFOs exist, and they've always known, and now they can no longer deny it because we actually got footage from, fighter pilots and Navy jet pilots and who have basically just been blowing the whistle, and congressional hearings and the whole nine, which you probably know about. Let me get them on.
I think on that, when it comes to like UFOs and discovery of aliens and things like that is that's not new, man. That's like the cradle of civilization, man. Aliens have been around since like so.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and we have.
Maybe it's finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs are real. The several videos they're talking about were recorded years ago by fighter pilots, and in 2017 were made public by the New York Times. The gimbal and the go fast UFO. Those 3 videos were kind of first exposure for people that we have these unidentifieds that are flying in restricted airspace.
Are they saying that also about drones? The technology of drones, also the way they maneuver. You know what I mean?
That was the most interesting part of the first part of the documentary, when they broke down the 3 different UFOs that they
All of
filmed
this more clear
and
that
how they moved and things like that.
more
I
time
like that
learned.
part.
It's not like pilot error. This is not some sort of glitch in the radar system. You've got a craft of unknown origin. It shouldn't be there, but that is a big deal.
These objects coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up. For those who don't realize, above 80,000 feet is space.
Space.
We talk about 80,000 feet. That's a real sensitive thing. Anything above 80,000 feet, we're talking like about satellite hardware. That is some of the most protected assets the United States military has.
If the aircraft was armed, you believe that your aircraft or any aircraft in possession of the United States could have shot the Tic Tac down? I say no. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
Nothing. The gimbal videos. Aircraft carriers, the whole nine. So this, so I don't know, did anybody see this? The gimbal video in 2015. This is.
I think it's 2015. It should be the date. Should be in the.
Yeah, it's 2015, and this guy in his jet, Navy pilot, followed this thing that he describes looking like a Tic Tac, and he just watched it do shit that was unexplainable. Now we can hear the pilots talking, and that's the crazy shit. It's so eye-opening to see these guys who are trained pilots.
Real quick, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's kind of staticky on my end. It might be me, but is it like staticky for anyone else?
Yeah, you just gotta adjust your volume.
It's supposed to be distorted and all weird like that, man.
You talking about the video?
Yeah, it's just the volume. You have to adjust your volume. I understand what he's saying. Like it comes off loud, but it's just the volume.
Yeah. I'll turn down my volume. It might be me. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, that's it is really distorted because obviously it's pilots talking to each other over their, radios.
It's incredible to see the mechanical rotation of this machine, and you can hear the pilots and their awe as they're watching this.
Hey, Reno, pause it for a second.
The gimbal is the recording on the AT FLIR system shows a single object that rotates. You hear the pilots refer to a fleet of objects that is not visible on the FLIR system. It just goes to show how serious this is and why this is such an important issue for our pilots and for our nation.
Navy pilots are the most trained observers we have.
Hey, Reno. Hey, pause it for a second. When I was watching this, one thing they don't tell you when we're watching this right here is that last video we saw, they said that there was a whole fleet of them, and they were flying in like a V-shaped formation. And they said that I think it was the New York Times or Post, whoever put that video out, they said that they didn't show the whole video. They only had like a little bit of it, but there was more to that video than we saw. And the one where I think it was the gimbal one, they said that they were flying in a V formation and it was more than one of them. And that's what made it so astounding, and that they were changing shape. And they were saying how like the pilots were flying, was like, yo, like look at them. But the one with the ones off the coast of Florida, they said the rest of the video that we didn't get to see for that one was that the Navy was doing exercises in the water, and the UFOs kept flying by at like high speeds, kept flying by the boats all day long. Like they were just zooming back and forth. And at one point they would just dive in the water. And they said everybody on the boat was like, yo, like what is this? Like they thought it, like they just couldn't believe their eyes. So they don't tell you that there's more, but they're gonna tell you that, but just keep in mind that there's more to the video than what we're seeing.
Oh yeah. There's a whole part where the guy that is following the Tic Tac, as he calls it, he said he follows it around and then it literally disappears into the ocean. That's a whole part, and then pops back out of the ocean, like stops dead in the air, changes direction.
Yeah, changes direction. Yeah.
Can't do that. Vehicle, it's just not possible.
They've seen something that counts for something special, and that's why the Navy videos were so important, because they captured electronically things that until then were just anecdotal.
All right, so I can hear what he's saying if I put it back to normal speed. Let me run it back because I do want to hear what he's saying.
Because we have millions of dollars to spend training these people. So if they say they've seen something, that counts for something special. And that's why the Navy videos were so important, because they captured electronically things that until then were just anecdotal. That's not how that's done, is it? It's not. Well, here's the thing. It's rotated. Here's the.
Okay, my bad. I still can't understand what he's saying.
Part that people don't know. There are 4 extra minutes to that gimbal footage. There's 4 extra minutes. The gimbal was not alone. There was a V formation of UFOs in front of it. Now, why has that not been released to the American and the global public? Why? We need to have this type of footage in the scientific community's hands. To cut footage off like that, that was a choice.
HD. Look at the USS flag, y'all.
Look at the fighters lined up on the deck, chilling.
Yes, got the look. I see a dragonfly. I see some strikers. Yeah.
So the Go Fast is like the trilogy, the Go Fast video. This is not a rare phenomenon. Pilots are passing, seeing, catching on radar, sometimes even locking on a daily basis with these unknowns that can outmaneuver our own craft.
The objects are performing maneuvers that are unexplainable due to our current understanding of our technology and our capability.
Flying maneuvers that are currently. And what did he say? Oh.
The objects are performing maneuvers that are unexplainable due to our current understanding of our technology and capabilities as a country. And that applies for the military as well.
We've had 14 near misses with aircraft. You're talking 50, 60, maybe $100 million aircraft with some of the best trained men and women in the air. That's serious. And that's in our airspace.
What percentage of UAP sightings in your belief go unreported by our pilots?
I would estimate we're somewhere near 5% reporting, perhaps.
They basically admitted there was nothing they could do. The craft they encountered turned out to be hostile. There was no way they could defend themselves. Now think of that. As you look up into the sky, the Americans being the greatest superpower the Earth has ever known, you don't have dominance of your own skies, and the US Air Force does not want to admit that.
To have the conversation.
It's a lot to that statement too, because that's another thing. It's not all about. It's a lot about admitting to the rest of the world that there's some shit the U.S. can't explain and all of that.
Being had. People started pushing to get more information out. The stranglehold on the UFO issue has always been with the intelligence agency. I have sources in every single agency. I'm not trying to brag about that. What I'm trying to do is put the fear of fucking God into people. That is fact. People are fed up. People are fed up with keeping the secret.
I actually want to ask about UFOs. Does the president believe in the existence of UFOs, and would he be interested in restoring funding for that program?
Somehow that question hasn't come up in our back and forth over the last couple of days, but I will check into that and be happy to circle back.
But one of the things you have as president is the access to all the information in the world, all the mysteries out there. And I was just struck in the last couple of weeks reading more and more reports of Navy pilots seeing lots and lots of UFOs. Have you been doing on that? What do you make of it?
I did have one very brief meeting on it, but people are saying they're seeing UFOs.
We have presidents making overt comments about the UFO phenomenon, how seriously they take it. There was a sea change. You've got everybody talking about it.
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you, but what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
When I would, that's Obama.
Huh? They're still lying to you.
Obama said it gotta be true.
They're still lying to you.
Huh?
They're not in the sky. They're in the fucking ocean.
Well, yeah.
They got
you looking up. Them niggas is in the ocean and have been there for a long time.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That's why 90% of it's unexplored, and that's why a lot of the people that ventured too far out don't come back.
World of the Wars.
The Abyss.
There you go, Blush.
The Abyss. I remember the Abyss.
Absolutely.
The Abyss was phenomenal. The Abyss was
phenomenal. Have you guys read War of the Wars?
They don't come from the sky. They come from the ocean.
Yeah. War of the Wars is the same thing. Like they're under the ground and they come up.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the illusion of choice shit that they're giving you. They're letting you know there is aliens, and they got you looking up. not where they are.
Well, they gotta come from somewhere. I mean, they might come from space. That's where they now they're not landing on the ground. They're landing way down in the trenches under the ocean. And they probably do have a little setup down there, a little station, like we have space stations on the moon or whatever. They have space stations on Mars or whatever. We got.
They got a whole fucking world. We wouldn't know.
They got a whole city down there. They might have a whole.
How would we know?
We would have no way to know because
What do
more
y'all
about
think?
space.
Where do y'all think the Legend of Atlantis came from?
Yeah,
Where do you
exactly.
think the Legend of Atlantis came from?
Yeah,
do you guys believe in it? Do you believe in the city?
The what now?
As so above, so below doesn't mean the sky. It means on the planet and in the planet.
Right.
Do you guys
You
believe
gotta
in
understand
Atlantis?
the science of it.
The Greek mythology or the old mythology?
Atlantis, like the original civilization.
Do you believe in
Water
Atlantis?
that they
It was
can't
a
find.
story told by Homer, I think, right? It was one of these Greek dudes that told the story.
Maybe it originated, but it's an actual. They said it was an actual city that. Never mind. I don't want to go into
You
it.
have to be a traveling man to understand.
History. You don't have to be a traveler man. You gotta have common sense. Look at history. What have they done to every thriving civilization that's like in America? What did they do to them? They put them underwater. They flooded them, and they marked them off the map. They made them monuments, and they made them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just look at it.
Everything
Not
has
in the
been
same
destroyed by flood on the top of the earth. How do you do that? You create something from the ocean.
Tsunamis.
About Roswell. and we also sent people to Area 51 to make sure there were no aliens. Another coffee drop moment for me was when Jimmy Kimmel showed some footage that I had obtained and released of military film UAP to George W. Bush. The first thing I would do if I was president is go right to the UFO files. I wonder if you've seen this video that has been verified by the Pentagon. Would you be surprised if we were visited by creatures from another planet? Yeah, you would be surprised. Well, yeah.
They've been really hesitant to get specific about what exactly they've been briefed on. They have been clear that something strange is going on, and it does sort of indicate that maybe there's some sort of a messaging shift going on behind the scenes.
The truth is, we found through our reporting that presidents are not routinely briefed.
Put together a UFO report.
When man comes to a point where he is at the point of destroying the planet or close to, major event happens to wipe them and their technology out.
They have to tell you. They have to tell you, and as a collective, you have to agree, because it would be what is it? I've heard it, and different people talk about it, like law of the universe, the galactic law. They can't do anything to you that you haven't agreed to do. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So they're telling you that. I mean, they're telling you. And you're like, oh, yeah. Like, as I said, it's that illusion of choice. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they've been telling us all this shit.
If I'm invading you and I'm coming from the east, I'm gonna make you look west.
That's generally smart.
That's smart. But if you got superior technology than anybody else, what difference would it make? If I could come down here and decimate you with the push of a button, and there's nothing like, look, okay, Independence Day. Did those aliens say we come from the east, we came from the west? They pulled right up to our front door. They deployed their ships, and they gave us work because we couldn't do anything to stop them. That's just how it. That's how it would be. If somebody want to do you harm, that's more powerful than you. They're just gonna do it.
Right, but in the movie, they also explained that those aliens had been coming for years and generations and everything. And that's why they were so aware of what our civilization was.
We have been de-evolutionized. I think you should probably look up what Atlantis was and what's it about. How did we build all the pyramids and now we can't explain how we did it?
Well,
we can see, we can notice that they have the same technology.
That is on it.
We've de-evolutionized it. We have kept going.
This is why we don't really talk about these topics too much on this particular show, is because of the fact that you can read about Atlantis from 10 different sources and you'll get 10 completely different explanations and history and historical facts about it. And a lot of issues and so-called facts it depends on who you read and who wrote about it. It's a whole. So you could argue till you're blue in the face, but unless you've been to Atlantis, it's all theoretical. You know what I mean? So I don't like to talk about facts, or I don't like to talk about things as if they're fact unless we know and we can actually prove it. You know what I mean? Because then it just becomes arguments, and we don't want a show about arguing and shit.
Yeah. But
But
it's funny if you think about it, though. Okay, if the firmament theory, saying we're living under a dome, if there was let's say, for instance, there was an intergalactic war, you have certain aliens that want to attack here, and some certain aliens who live here amongst us already, defending the dome, and man in the middle trying to get out to see what space is all about. But you have a guy
Stephen King, The
who's trying
Dome.
to shoot a rocket, and it goes up, it goes ting back down. Something can't cut through that dome. Makes you wonder.
I didn't finish Stephen King's Dome, but at the end, isn't it a spacecraft that drops the dome on him?
I'm not even talking about that, though. I'm like, you have Tesla shoots a rocket up.
No, we don't know because they canceled the show. We didn't get to see the end of it.
The Tesla shot. What's his name? What's his name? Who owns Tesla? And
Elon
Musk.
Yeah, he shot a rocket up, and it ting bounced back down. The footage they showed it. It just cuts off. Boom, bing, down. So what does that tell you? There's something protecting us from something coming in and not wanting us to go out to visit anything that's trying to come in.
Exactly. Something like
China,
that.
wait a minute. Didn't China just wait? Didn't China just send a moon mission to the moon? It's there right now, and they were just talking about it because something went wrong with it. So there's something wrong. There's something wrong with their rover that they put on the moon. They did like we did on Mars. They sent a rover to the moon, and something went wrong. So they had to make it there without interference.
Outside.
You can look at live footage from outer space right now. So I mean, but again, that's why I don't want to talk about shit that can't be proven because it's pointless. But
this alien thing is it proof or what?
Yes, that's why we talking about it, because Congress, the government, these guys have come out and said, here's footage. Like, this is it. This is it. There's nothing. I mean,
we got deep fake footage too.
This isn't deep fake. This isn't a guy filming with his
this is real.
recorder.
Yeah, this is real. Real footage. Raw talk.
Now we're talking about
raw
the
talk.
You know what
the problem is? The problem isn't the government. Raw talk. The problem is this. Anytime we've ever seen pictures of UFOs or somebody that got a picture of a UFO. Now I'm not saying that they're real or not. Let's just say for argument's sake they're real. They're always blurry. They're always like out of focus. They're always just like we caught it, but we couldn't really see it. So you got to take somebody's word. So we're saying now the U.S. government, the U.S. government and their fighter pilots have video, because when you fly a plane, everything's recorded. Have video of them engaging with UFOs or UAPs, and they're saying that listen, this is true footage. Like this footage was released from the government. We said it was okay to release it to the public. The public has it. It's good. Not like the stuff we seen in the past, like on In Search Of, where it's like a blurry video and people are like, oh my God, what's that? I'm not saying that video, but we need to know. People who have fake stuff, put it on TV, had us all believing that we found out it's fake. You can't fake now from the government because the government put it out there.
I mean,
the government's the biggest denier of it the whole time.
It's not that the government can't fake nothing. It's that the guy, the actual guy, the fighter pilot, the man himself, the guy who's in the jet, he's not the government. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. Yeah. Fly a $2 billion machine that has cameras and radar that can pick up anything, doing anything.
And he's telling you, I seen it. Not only is he telling you that he saw it, he's telling you that I'm the one that flew the plane that filmed it. So
right to show this footage and all of this, and whether the government likes it or not, and all of this, and the government is allowing him to do all of that. But yeah, I mean, you know, again, that's what I'm talking about. We could all say, yeah, that well, the moon landing was fake, and they didn't go to the moon, and all of this, and the Earth is flat, and yada yada yada. But the fact is that this is all theory. We don't know. We can all theorize, or we could say, well, look at this fact and that fact and that fact. But even with this UFO footage, nobody knows shit until you go get in a plane yourself, fly over the Antarctic, and look down in the fucking off the plane and see, is there a city over the Antarctic or not? I mean, these things are provable.
But why reveal it? Like, that's curious to me. Why all of a sudden reveal it? Like, what purpose was it to reveal that information?
Because people, this is the information age. This is the age of the internet.
Right, but there had, like, Cat Williams told the truth because he wanted to show the world something. Why is the government telling us the truth now?
That's what I'm telling you, because this is the information age and people are finding this shit out on their own anyway. They would just look like assholes being the last one trying to hold on to the information when everybody else already figured it out. They know that. So they don't want to be the last asshole.
Let me give you a simple answer, Bloodshed. Why not? The best way to do something nowadays is just let it go.
But I couldn't. Now my question was.
Oh, go ahead.
They just told you, right? You saw the footage and everything. Did we all watch the same thing? When did they say that those the fighter jets, where were they? They were on the base in the ocean doing what? Exploring, and then all of a sudden they started getting hit with all these UFOs. They're telling you what's happening. You just can't, like, just look. It's right there. It's hiding in plain sight. They're not lying to you. They told you. Look at where they were. Put that out there.
Well,
right,
our generation
but why?
cared.
Like, what do I do
our
with the
generation
information
cared,
now?
And the new generations now don't care. Everybody does what Bloodshed, what Black Heroes Club is doing. Well, why this and why that? Well, nobody just says, you know what? That's interesting. We've been asking for years, and I'm glad you gave us an answer. They do what Black Heroes Club do, and they just.
I'm an
Well, why
overthinker.
this
I
and
am
why that? Well, they gave you an answer. You asked why, and they gave you one.
I'm sorry. I'm an overthinker because I don't feel like that's an
That's
answer.
how they get you.
I want to ask Brother Spade what he thinks because he's been tentatively quiet and
the wisest man in the room.
And I like that.
Oh man, I know it. Yes, I was just
about
about
what you think, bro.
I was just about to ask.
I'm like Reno. I do think the universe is too big for us just to be the only life in it. That is my honest to goodness opinion. My dad served in the military before, so but he's no longer here for me to ask, like, stuff like this. But I believe, like most people think in this realm, when you see stuff or when you read stuff, comic books, TV, movies, there is a bit of truth in each of that fiction.
Ooh.
So whether or not, it's quote unquote proven, like the lady said, they are telling. Watch any movie, they are telling. I have my own religious beliefs, but that's not the platform. That's not where I'm going with it. But like she said, they are telling. You watch movies. Look at the technology that we have. Look at things that people invent. Look at what writers come up with. That came from somewhere. That came from somebody's experience. True enough, stories might have been embellished as it's been handed down generation to generation, but somewhere in those stories lies the truth. Whether or not we get to it in our lifetime, I'm not sure, but it's there. The only other thing I got to say is to solve all that is this.
Wait,
this is simple basis of know your enemy.
One more time.
I'm sorry, but the one doing it to you can't save you from it. So you keep taking those breadcrumbs that they're giving you, and your answers are hiding in plain sight. So this is what it is.
All right, wait, like Bloodshed, I really need your advice on this. So what you're saying is, do I pay attention to this footage or do I pay attention to the fact that the ocean is alive?
I just paid attention to the footage. That's where I got. Yeah, they'll tell you, because you got to look at it. Every lie has a bit of truth, and that truth has to stay the same for that lie to corroborate. Does that make sense? So you get a million different stories of Atlantis. They all have similarities. You can't figure out which the truth was, like what's close to it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they tell you it's in our history and things like that. And they just showed you in that UFO footage. They told you where it was happening, where they were. You feel what I'm saying? Like just know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. They technically can't lie to you, but I mean, it's on you. It's your life.
That is too dope. Speaking of comics, man.
Now, does it light up when you move the hands, or does it light up, like when you pick it up?
It lights up whenever I'm move the finger. Only thing I can't do is snap. Maybe that's for a good reason.
That shit. Oh,
because it'd been a lot of shit snapped out of existence if I had.
Or we just live life.
It is dope. That shit is dope, man. Oh man. I have not been to a comic book. Look at this, y'all. Hold on, real quick.
No. He
disappeared. I know he did not just break the.
No, he like it.
That's no.
Did you snap? Did you snap? Did you snap? Did you do the snap, Spade? Did you snap him out of existence? What's going on?
If so, I snapped him right back in with the other one.
Yeah, bring him back, Spade. Bring him back. He'll be back momentarily. He probably, I don't know, had a camera issue, so he'll be back in a second. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from UFOs. Everybody has their opinions on UFOs. Everybody has their. But we got to move on to Cobra Commander.
I don't know.
We got to move on to Cobra Commander. That's right. Spade brought you back, baby.
You see these
books. We got to move on to Cobra, but we got to move on to Cobra Commander. So we're gonna let Reno show these books, and we're gonna see what's up.
Yeah, we did hit the. Nah, yeah, that's Duke and Cobra Commander right there, because we did hit the LCS yesterday, which is something I have not done in hella time. Yeah, I have not been to a comic shop, y'all, in many moons. And I was just talking to me and Raw Talk was working out a trade, and he wanted this comic, and I was like, you know what, I might go to the LCS and try to find that joint. And I didn't find it.
Duke number one.
Duke find it. He wanted G.I. Joe number 303. And I went to 2 comic stores and they did not have it.
The variant.
The variant.
Yeah.
I got 301 and 302.
What the variant look like for 303?
But I couldn't find it. I have no idea. But I found that. I found Duke number 1. Cobra Commander number 1, and a whole gang of other shit, bro. The Vault right now, Children of the Vault number 1. This is super dope shit with Cable and Bishop and all of them. And speaking of them, Cable is back finally, to his old, futuristic war gristled bastard self. You know what I'm saying? Not the young teenage Cable they tried to pawn off on us. But yes, my favorite character is back. He got his own joint. House of X, Powers of X, y'all know is my favorite comic joint in a long time. And now it has come to an end with the fall of X is finally here, y'all. The Krakoan era is coming to a close. I knew it would. They can never give the X-Men, no love for too long. We always have a utopia. You know what I'm saying, or Savage Land, or some place where the mutants are supposed to be safe, and it always gets taken away. It always gets trashed. And I thought Krakoa, everyone thought Krakoa was going to be the change because they had such a fucking stranglehold on humanity. They had it locked down. There was nothing humans could do, and through some bullshit, corporation called Orcus infiltrated and split the whole team up, man. And so we've got where we had House of X. What we had Powers of 10 and House of X was the original. So now we have Rise of the Powers of 10, and this is number 1, Fall of the House of X, and then we got Fall of the House of X, which is the counterpart. So just like we had House of X and Powers of 10, now we got House of X, Fall of House of X, and Fall of Powers of 10. And it's a sad day, but we'll see how it turns out, because it could be dope. You never know, because they always come out and they still my favorite thing about Marvel. We got some crazy shit going on in X-Men number 30. This is all part of the whole Fall of X era joint. We got Wolverine against the Sentinels with Spidey. Had to grab that. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine and Spidey, sick ass cover. Matter of fact, let me make it so y'all can see these a little better. Hold on. There we go. X-Force number 46. I grabbed this one. It's part of the whole era, but I mean the art on this cover, the art inside this particular issue is really dope. Really, really, really dope. Dark X-Men number 2. This has been Dark X-Men has been dope.
What is that about?
So this is like your like mutants that have to do with demons and monsters and that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like those kind of mutants. And that's sort of that team. Then we got Days of Future Past. This was a little sort of retelling. I haven't finished yet, but they got Days of Future Past 3 and 4, so I grabbed those. Y'all know the original Days of Future Past. This is Days of Future Past Doomsday. That's what they call it. We got, and then so House of X, Powers of X. We also grabbed the Spidey joint, Gang War. This shit is hard. This shit right here is hard. I had to get it. It's a whole crossover series with issues in a bunch of different titles, and basically it's Spider-Man's mobster bad guys like Hammerhead, Mr. Negative.
Have you guys gotten that new Luke Cage Gang War?
Tombstone.
Yeah. So the Luke Cage Gang War is part of it.
What was it?
It's Luke Cage Gang War. So this is Gang War. It's part of Spider-Man's. Spider-Man had a run called Gang War back in the 80s, and it's sort of like a reboot, I guess, of that. It's Gang War, but it crosses over. So there's a Luke Cage issue. There's I
know they got Miles Morales. He's crossing over with Miles. He know he crossed over Luke Cage.
You did the Wolverine Black White Blood variants that's coming out? Did you get those yet? Did you get your hands on copies of those?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of those. I had a lot of those.
Now, because they're shooting up by the day.
Yeah, them Black White. No. You gotta get them. You gotta get them. Yeah. Miles. There's Luke Cage. So they all
the Miles joints.
Yeah, well, yeah, Miles, Luke Cage, all of them are going to be part of this new gang war run that's going on right now. It came out of the Spider-Man joint. And then what? Where's that shit at?
See, that's what Marvel should be doing. Getting to the low level, and the movies just get to the low level superhero. Not to say that they're not powerful, but the street level superheroes and stuff like Luke Cage, Daredevil.
Who's the up? Like what are they ganging up? Let me know. Give me details. What's going on in there?
So yeah, so they're all fighting the mobsters of New York City, because remember, this is Marvel, so everything is New York City, Hell's Kitchen, like Raw Talk said, Tombstone, all them guys, Hammerhead, Mr. Negative, any of those sort of gangsters, Kingpin, and they're you know, crossing over with. But I think Hammerhead is the boss because you know he's definitely permeated throughout this one. This is number one, First Strike. I think this is where the thing starts, but then you know, like I said, it goes through all these other titles that are part of it right now. And they got this ad right here, which is dope, for this Avengers Twilight. And I seen it. I was like, what's Avengers Twilight? Because Cap looking older than usual. He's looking quite gristled. I was like, yo, dude is mad old. And so I had to flip through, and I found out that this is called Avengers Twilight because they are in their twilight years. This is all old heads, like the Avengers are super old. Some old man shit.
Okay.
That would make for a good Avengers movie.
I mean, this just, I mean, it looked, I mean, the art is amazing. It's pretty thick. It's definitely got a lot of substance. There's not a lot of ads in it. It is really well, you know, I think it's gonna be a dope story. I haven't gotten into it yet. Like I said, I just bought all these yesterday. But you can see, you know, these are like old versions of the dudes. And it looks very, very good. Speaking of old of God damn it, hold on. Of variant or different versions, we got the Spider-Man, this Ultimate Spider-Man 2. And this is Jonathan Hickman. Again, y'all already know if Hickman does something, I'm all over it. And this is him telling the story of Spider-Man, but Peter Parker gets bitten when he's like in his 40s, not as a teenager. He's already like an accomplished guy. Like, this is him right here. This is Peter Parker. Where's he at? Right there. And he's an older dude in like his early 40s, I think. And he gets bitten by the spider and gets his powers and shit after his, you know, he's been married to Mary Jane. You know, they've got kids, and this is like the end of the book. He busts it open. I don't want to give it totally away. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, that's the premise of it. Is he gets bitten, you know, as an older guy and still becomes a crime-fighting superhero, but on another level, like as an older guy. So he's probably definitely more serious, and I can't wait till it unfolds, man, and get into
So he's
this.
like legit Spider-Man.
Right. He's exactly, instead of Spider Boy that is for some reason named Spider-Man, yes, he's actually Spider-Man. I always thought about that too. I used to think about that too, Spade. Like, why was he Spider-Man, but he was definitely a kid?
Teenager, yeah.
Yeah.
Superboy. They didn't want to make him Spider Boy because it's
Right.
Super.
Well, and he was disguising himself to be a man. Like he wanted to, you know, run around and be a, you know, people to think he's this big strong man. That was, you know, the fantasy of every teen. This is what really blew me away. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else. One more thing was the Jonathan Hickman Gods and Scotty Young cover of number one. Yeah,
He
so
got the wildest covers.
bro, I fuck with Scotty Young. Scotty Young covers.
Yeah. I just picked that one up too, Reno. I just got that one too. I don't care if I read the comic or not. If it's Scotty Young, I just buy it. I buy every Scotty Young cover.
And Scotty is so for the fans too, yo. You go up to Scotty and ask for an autograph, he's gonna give you that shit with CON for a price that makes sense. Like, Scotty's an artist, man. He's
I got
true.
that
I
one.
love Scotty.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Definitely. And yeah, this was definitely one of the most biggest surprises of the day was getting Duke number one because it was so much better than I expected. I was never a fan of Duke as a character. He was always too vanilla, always boy next door, all American Boy Scout kind of guy. I liked Flint, Tunnel Rat, you know, the more darker dudes. But he was just, you know, like I said, a little too vanilla. But This he's not at all. Like this dude is a fucking war veteran. You know what I'm saying? A hard man. You know what I mean? A real hard man. And like look, that's Duke over here.
Yeah, Duke trapped between the government and Cobra. Yo, it's crazy.
One man, just him.
Them all. It's like he's trying to find out who's the true
fighting for justice.
True justice. Really?
Justice.
Yeah.
In the hand of the law.
If the government is doing grimy stuff and we're fighting Cobra, how are we fighting Cobra and going after them if we're doing griminess ourselves?
Y'all know who that is?
Yeah, Mercer.
So he became one of the Slaughter's Marauders. Like he was I think he was Slaughter's Marauders. So what was the dude, the three dudes? It was Mercer,
Red Dog, and
Red Dog and
Toro.
Like Elevation Toro, yeah, something like that. We just said it last week too. But we doing
right.
Bad.
Mercer
said it last week.
Mercer is a ex. Well, he was a Viper. He was a regular
Viper,
and you know, ends up becoming a Joe later. But he's still working for Cobra in this. And but honestly, this is a tough one to talk about. The best way to read Duke #1. It's not. So this is going on right now in G.I. Joe. You got the reboot where they start back at 301 and they start back at #1 at 301 first issue, but it's 301, 302, 303 just came out. That's one continuity. This is not part of that. This is think the movies. Think what's all right. Go in completely blind. First of all, unaware that it is part of a bigger Skybound Entertainment project via Image Comics. This comic starts off like a standard military conspiracy thriller with Duke, you know, as the main guy. He drops the big reveal of the perfect soldier found on his latest mission that caused him to lose his cool and question his superiors. And to the unaware, said reveal plays out almost like a punchline, and it's sort of like the comic goes, surprise, we're actually talking about, via a big splash page and super dope, artwork. But normally it would be, when the comic undergoes a shift in tone, right? Once you introduce a crossover between G.I. Joe and Transformers, it's easy for things to become more lighthearted and basically, a little silly sometimes. And I tend to shy away from certain crossovers like that. I'm never a fan of them in the past. However, they might have got me on this one. The writer Joshua Williamson's credit, the comic book never abandons its serious tone, even when it's showing Starscream. Okay, in the scene with Duke, you still feel like this is very much really happening in the real world. You know what I'm saying? And Duke suddenly sort of goes AWOL in an attempt to uncover the conspiracy that, the government has known about these alien transformers. Hey guys, we just were talking about this, right? This is a segue, right? Talking about these two things. So Transformers is this alien, thing that the government's known about, and Duke was never given, clearance. G.I. Joe, he's like, we're part of the most elite squad you got, and you're not telling us about these things. And the bodies start piling up, and he's asking too many questions. And even Cobra's eventual involvement is played up like an ominous crime organization's arrival, rather than, the weak, punching bags that they basically were in the 80s. They're definitely always have been more serious and dangerous in the comics, but even more so now. But yeah, Duke #1. It might not be, your typical G.I. Joe action-packed comic from before. It's definitely more of a serious read. But the early issues of Image's other recent relaunch will give you that action if you want that. The G.I. Joe, the 303s and 301s and 302s. But after this sort of enduring a coherent mess of IDW's run on the GI Joe in the late 2010s. We are glad that they're starting over and doing it right. But I will happily take a more streamlined version of the property rather than that sort of endless parade of ridiculously named characters with fluorescent green and pink costumes. I don't need any more fluorescent orange ninjas. Like, but my hope is the rest of this little 5-issue miniseries is that it sort of dives into the world of Transformers, and since you can really only get away with that sort of big reveal once. I mean, that happened. It's now they've got and so, but yeah, as far as like number ones, opening issues go, Duke is really good. I highly recommend it. Hold on, let me see what Stu Dog got a roll. I know you got to fight crime and
Bye, Stu. I can't find my weed. I'll be right back.
oh.
Listen, I'll check out Monday.
Be safe, man.
Well, talk. What cover you looking for? Text me the cover that you're looking for 303, man. I might be able to get it at my LCS. I need to know the cover because they got ABC.
Man, I have a deal, but I'll take other variants.
No. You can still have a deal. No. Listen. We're gonna do it like this. No. Look, we're gonna do it like this because we all family. I'll get you the cover and just still make the deal with him because you got the cover. But he might not be able to find the cover. I might be able to get the cover. I'm just doing cover. You know what I'm saying?
We got our outstanding deal ourselves, Stu. We gotta.
Yeah, we already got something going. Listen, look at it. We a whole. Listen, the river of prosperity has to keep flowing. Just because I'm giving you the cover for him, that don't mean just do y'all deal. But we making sure you get the cover.
Hey, Mr. Stu, you got any milestone?
I got milestone.
Yeah, I got a lot of milestone.
But Stu,
the original covers too.
The reason why I want the variant from him because there's certain ones in Virginia. Every state got a certain
different. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, there's certain.
Well, if he can't find my guy, he might be able to get it. That's why I said let me know, and then we can still get the deal going through whatever deal y'all make.
No doubt.
Man, the comic pushers be like they
be
worse than the
blood. I'll check y'all Monday. What's up?
No,
I can find that for you. I can get that good price too.
Find the Cobra Commander with the hat and the trench coat cover.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. That's why I'm asking now because I'm gonna go to Wade's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll call you tomorrow. We'll rap about it. I gotta roll. I'll check out Monday.
All right. Safe.
All right. Peace.
Guys, so we are exploring the Energon universe, right? That's what they're calling it, the Energon universe. So that's the universe that they're going to link the Transformers and G.I. Joe together and call it the Energon universe. Because Energon, that's Transformers, whatever, that's their life force. This is a cover for Duke number 2. One of the covers right there, and there's Transformers right there, number 5, because they've been rocking on that. But Robert Kirkman's all-new Transformer and G.I. Joe shared universe continues now in these titles. So, I mean, Robert Kirkman created the Energon universe, and y'all know Robert Kirkman is. He made Walking Dead and Invincible and all that shit. Raw talk. Look at the cover for Cobra Commander number 2. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you when we get back. And the cover, this was the cover for G.I. Joe, which was a remake of the original cover. Check that out.
Yeah, that looks hard, bro.
Wait.
Yeah, that looks hard, man.
I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna grab that. Oh, I want that cover. But this book, I've not gotten through it yet, but man, I'm excited, bro. Look who that is. Look at Python. Yo, Cobra La. We are.
So here you go. These are the
Cobra
variants here.
Look at beautiful shit. I need, bro. Yeah, I haven't gotten none of these dope. I need them, dog. Definitely that Cobra Commander
variants here. And these are like limited supply.
Yeah, those script. Nice.
And now, of course, I have that Duke.
Mm-hmm.
and this Duke.
Nice.
Now
Is
one
there
crazy reflective? But I'm trying to get that. But then going into the variants of 301, you still
that's what I need. Yeah, that's the one I want.
I'll put this aside because that's the only one I have. I have two of them now. I gave one to my brother. Here's my other variant. 301.
That's hot.
Nice.
These are the regular ones, of course. Hold on. Regular ones. And then there's the blank one.
Nice.
And then is this variant with snake eyes with temper. And I got it signed by Larry Hama.
Yeah, I see that Larry Hama signature on there, man. That is peak.
And then here's the other 301.
Nice.
Scarlet and the cover girl and what you call it on it. And this is the 302.
Yeah, got that one. That's the one I got in it. Yep.
And the actual sketch one.
Yeah. Yep. It's Storm Shadow with his mask off with Stalker and looks like two snake eyes. I'm not sure what's going on there.
And then here's the other 302 with Stalker.
Nice.
Cobra Commander with the world snake around the world.
It is a little bit hard to see. Do you have any different light or light you can shine on those?
Hold on. Let me see. I'll do something right here real quick. It's gonna blind me a little bit, but hold on.
Shine it on.
Let me see if I can. All right, so if y'all can see it,
that's a little better. Yeah, see there, bloodshed. Look at that.
I got this one signed by Larry.
That's dope.
Wait a minute. Y'all can see me.
Yeah.
My internet cut off. How the fuck am I still on the show?
You on the show? Live?
Nigga, this whole time I thought y'all couldn't see me. I can see me this whole time?
No,
No, you've been here this whole time.
You've been here the whole time.
Because I said something. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not in the show. And so I just kept rolling up.
I heard you say, but I thought you asked a question.
Y'all didn't say shit.
No, that's
y'all wrong.
It's another 302.
Yo, show that.
Who's that?
December one more.
What happened?
Who is she?
This is Scarlet.
Scarlet.
That's Scarlet.
That shit go dumb hard.
She's the first, she's the first female character in the team. But
Mayhew did this art here, so he's crazy with it.
Yeah, Mayhew is phenomenal. And that is a dope ass cover.
Andy Kubrick did this one.
Her hair red like that. I'm like,
this is 303.
Look,
this is the one with Serpentor.
I need that one. I mean, I want the color version of that.
I got you.
We gotta get that one. Hell yeah.
And then here's the variant with Mindbender and Scarlet.
That's hard.
Yeah, so I go hard with these covers because I want to do something with them. A lot of times I like to get them signed by the artists and Larry Hama since he does the story. So I get them to the next Comic-Con.
Did you get the Cobra Commander, John? You got the Cobra Commander where he's in a hat and a trench coat?
No, but that is at my local comic shop, and I will be getting that. They always set stuff aside for me.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah. He told me about it. He said he got one and got it slabbed, but I didn't even see that one. But I definitely
honest opinion, because y'all go to cons and y'all get things personally signed. Is it lazy just to buy it already signed with the COA and just skip the con and not do it personally? Or do you feel it's just as dedicated just to have the book signed than it is to stand in line and do all that? Like, how do y'all feel on that?
That is lazy because I mean, it's basically the same thing. You're just not getting it directly from the person signing. Yeah. But it's still an autograph. If it's a COA, a legit COA.
No, the COA is legit. I mean, the comic is legit. Yes, it's legit. The question is, do you want your collection to be, this is a book I got from somebody, it was signed, or do you want your book to have a memory that, like, I took this book to the con, I met the guy, he signed it, that whole memory is behind this book? or do you just want to have a book signed
So
for
it's
the?
like, I guess in a way you could put it to like music. It's the difference between buying the album and going to the concert.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
like my
As far
thing
as like
was
the
to
experience,
get
you still
stuff
got the
signed
music.
by Larry Hama. I got like 15 books signed by him when I went to the Big Apple Comic Con, and within him signing, we discussed about GI Joe and his focus when he started writing and drawing as well. He's an artist as well for the GI Joe Marvel comics. So he explained to me that his first initial 4 characters for GI Joe was Scarlet, Snake Eye, Storm Shadow, and Stalker. Those are his 4 main, like the focal point of GI Joe was those 4 characters. Everybody else was just filler. And those 4 characters are kind of based off of his friends and people he came across during his time in Vietnam, people he served with, because he's a Vietnam vet. So being that, plays a lot in how he writes the war stories and stuff like that, we had a good discussion, and it was cool. And to have that and be like, oh, I got the man who really popped off GI Joe.
So you would say to you, it is more accredited to get
For
it,
me. For
to
me.
do it yourself than it is to, because me personally, I'm like, yo, I got it signed. Because a lot of them niggas be dead before you can even afford to get there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
After he passed. Like I never met Stanley. He was dead when I got his a book that he signed before he passed. So I'm glad to have a Stan Lee signature, but it would have been cooler if I could have got it signed myself. But yeah, I mean, you got to do what you can. You got to do what you got to do. So if it's the only way you gonna get it, it's just buying it. Then fucking buy that shit.
Yeah.
But look at it like this, I never had a chance to get a book signed by Stan Lee. So, like at all. So you know what I'm saying? If I could find one that had his signature on it, even though, I didn't get it signed, I would still treasure that. Because I'm like, yo, I hold Stan Lee in high regard.
still
Now,
the
like you,
signature. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's where I'm
now
at.
if I could have got it signed myself, took and got it signed, like, yo, I get that because I got signatures from Chris Claremont, like 3 or 4 X-Men books. I got signed by him.
Hey, let's talk, bro. Because we can trade. I'll give you a Stan Lee for some Claremonts right now. I swear to God. Because it's what are you more of a fan of? Like some people be like, you're crazy. A Stan Lee's worth way more than a Claremont. Yeah, it is on the market. But to me, I'm more of a fan of Claremont.
Right.
And these comics that are signed, they're for you. I will never sell these.
Right.
At all. Never. My brother, he gets his stuff slabbed and stuff. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need all that because I'm not selling this.
Selling it. Right.
Period.
Hey, out of curiosity, God forbid, if something were to happen, what do you guys want done with your collection?
I don't trust nobody for that shit.
Donated, gifted.
And I will haunt you from the grave if you fuck with my shit. You fuck my shit up. I will come back.
I already told my little sister, like right now I'm not married. Like I have, my lady, me and her talk. But for right now, my beneficiary would be my little sister. And I'm just like, yo, I went all the key issues, first appearances or whatever. I took a sticky and put them all on the back of the book. Like, yo, if something happened to me, sell it. Do not hold on to it. Sell it, get the money, do what you want to with it.
Yeah.
But because I'm like, I ain't gonna be here. Sell it. So as far as with my collection, unless I have some children in the near future, hey, she gets it. I'm like, sell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I quote movies all the time. Do y'all remember Desperado when they blew up the library? And she's like, I'm broke. He said, what do you mean? She said, the money's in the books. I'm the same way. She said, I live very simple. I'm a traveler. I go place to place. I always have my books. My money's in my books. They may look like simple comic books to you.
When I was younger, I would say not bury me, but burn me with my like Conan. burn me like a movie like Conan or Darth Vader with all my stuff with me. Just burn it all with me.
Just like in the casket with it in your hand, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outdoor cremation is
now
exactly what I really want.
Now Rato say he taking it with you taking it with you.
This is the great.
I mean, because like
you can
I
read
don't
that
want
shit at the crossroads in line.
I mean, I would put a value on things, but then you think about a lot of times where there's some stuff that I sell now. You're not gonna get what it's worth to you.
Right.
It's gonna feel like, yo, I don't want nobody out there robbing or having them go like my sons go in places getting robbed, and they really don't care about this. They're digitaled out, so it's like, you know what I mean. I can tell them, yeah, this comic here is $300. This one is $3,000, but will they get that by the time I pass? You know what I'm saying? Or somebody, you know, them not having knowledge or interest in the comics, would they get robbed of that value? You know what I'm saying? And more than likely they would, because there's a lot of people out there that be like, oh, it's worth $10,000. This first Incredible Hulk, 15,000, but I'll give you 2,000. You know, and they
trying to figure out
how wiser. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm trying to figure out like if there is any money in trying to get maybe like a what do they call, like a will and testament or like collector's insurance. That way you can put like somewhat of a value on it, and then be able to either but that would get rid of like your family, saving your family the trouble of trying to get what it's worth.
No, because where's that money going to come from? A will is value incurred, which means you already have it. See, if the comic books are the tangible will of collection, that's not going to serve you any money until they're sold. So what's the difference between just giving them to somebody?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if you guys have ideas, like I'm like something like that, if it makes sense.
My only thing is, if you had a good agreement with maybe a comic store or someone who's a collector, and you got a great agreement, like, look, this is the value of my collection, and maybe 10 years from that, or upon my passing, it may increase by 25 or 20%. Cash my kids out at this number.
You take this percent, because your percent is gonna increase each year, you know, just like a bond.
Yeah.
So when it cashes out, you get blah blah blah. Give my family.
Yeah, and you're the one who sells it, so it's the fee. It's you know, you do something like that. You can do, you know, things like that. But again, you have to write it in your will to make sure. That's crazy.
He was still shady though, man. You had a straight up AF-15 in your shit, and he give your family $2,000. Like, oh man. Oh, it sucks.
Happened, man.
That's all he had.
Cobra. Yep.
I believe that's Globulus over here, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't. That's him. This is where I left off last night, right here, where it says boom, and they hop in Cobra Lot. And I was mad excited. Oh, I don't think that's Globulus. No, it's not. He get a headshot right off this guy right here.
Oh yeah, but that is Globulus.
Cobra. No, look at his legs. Look at his legs. Remember, Globulus got a snake body.
Hold on.
Remember?
Because Cobra Commander was like, yo, after that, I'm killing you off top from, you know.
Yeah, he did kill him, but he
I gotta go back into it because I just skimmed through and I'm looking like that. I gotta go back and get into it.
Yeah, no, he's not called Globulus, and he don't have the snake body, so he's not the Globulus from the movie. Right. But he is a dude in Cobra Commander does put one in him.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, he offs him right off, and then man, this shit looks crazy. Now, this dude look like he about to become Globulus. I don't know. He's mutating and shit. Snake. Look at that. I mean, this artwork is crazy. Oh, that's Cobra Commander. Check him out. That was Cobra Commander. And that's
the
Cobra
story
Commander.
of Cobra Commander, right?
Yeah, see, look, that's it. There's his helmet. That's him. This is him becoming Cobra Commander. That's what I love about this Duke #1 and Cobra Commander #1, because even the Duke #1 was definitely some origin shit, and it had some new shit. And look at it. Because remember when in the movie Cobra La in the G.I. Joe movie had something to do with they were the original, they started Cobra way back hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago and shit. And Cobra Commander was from that bloodline.
A young scientist. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
scientist.
Yeah, right.
But in
And
the comic, he was just a salesman, which is weird because in the comic, in the Marvel, he was just a salesman.
In Marvel, yeah.
So it's like
this is a new version.
Did they ever show his identity in the cartoon?
Do what?
Did they ever show Cobra Commander's identity in the cartoon, in the G.I. Joe cartoon that we grew up on?
Face. No, they never showed his face.
Oh no, they showed his face as the Cobra La guy. Like
yeah. In the movie they showed his
and then they showed the Deke one, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know the Deke one because I did not watch that series. That started in 89 and 90, and that's kind of when I fell off. But Sunbow was the one I watched, and then the movie was sort of the ending of it. But this, I believe, is Globulus. We're gonna go and flip the page, but I recognize that eye piece from Globulus.
Okay.
So I think that's him. But this is a very cool picture right here. I love that that image right there.
I still hear Meredith Burridge's voice.
Yeah, Meredith Burridge. Yes. And what's great is Nemesis Enforcer is coming out for Classified this year. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Apparently he's going to be an oversized, like a big figure, like maybe Sergeant Slaughter big or bigger. And
bigger than Slaughter.
Yeah. I hope he is. He's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready to roll. It's dinner time.
All right. Appreciate.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, man. Thanks for bro.
Nice meeting you too.
Spade, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Be safe.
Yeah, man.
Crazy that you got creatures busting out of dudes' chests and all kinds of madness happening. I can't wait to finish reading this. But then Cobra Commander walks in a room, and what does he find? But Megatron.
Yeah.
And the OG too. I love the OG design, OG Megatron right there. You know what I'm saying? Not that new Michael Bay bullshit. This is the OG. That is dope. Check him out.
Hey, Black Heroes. I was thinking you down in Louisiana and y'all got some variants down there. And I have some milestone here, so you can make
right. Man, we gotta we follow each other.
Huh? Yeah, I follow you. I follow everybody on Instagram. Bloodshed YouTube.
Yeah, but
check him out. That's Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that's the one for the cover. Yeah,
they're answering my messages.
I need that.
Messages.
What happened?
Hit me back. How dare you follow me and then not react to my reels that I send you? Ask Black Hero. I will randomly send you a reel. You're obligated to
nobody sends me reels. I don't see nobody sending. Well,
I send Reno reels.
Hey. Hey, Raw Talk, real quick. There's not a lot of comic book shops here in my area.
Oh, okay.
I just thought about it. Like, we don't have any. It's like we have. Nah, bro, we don't have any. We have one, and she just closed down.
You don't have. Well, then, yeah, you will have to travel all the way down to the.
Yeah, so I live in Lafayette, so everything around me is like an hour and a half drive.
Whatever you do not get desperate and go to Walmart. Those are not real comic books. Do not let them. Don't let them fool you. Don't go to Walmart.
Yeah, unless you're buying comics for small children. Yeah. Which
I thought, like, you would have to go down in New Orleans, down in that district, in that part.
Yeah. My wife loves New Orleans. We're gonna have to. We'll plan a trip down there.
That was so dope.
Yeah.
That was so dope. I would buy something just out the dollar bin just to say I got this book at the LCS in the heart of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a memory for me. I would love to go to LCS in the heart of New Orleans. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it's nice down there. It was nice before the flood. I don't know about. I haven't been down there until after the flood, really, honestly. And I know they did a lot of construction work, and they built.
Wait, you haven't been here since 2006?
Yep.
New Orleans wasn't really affected.
Well.
I mean, not New Orleans. I'm sorry, Bourbon Street wasn't really affected. That little area, but
they built it up though. I mean, they built it back up. But I know my family. They're in Mandeville, and a lot of them moved.
Oh, that's right next to us, man.
Yeah. A lot of my family.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I really am. I was happy to hear it. That was a strong comeback. I was like, yeah. I just wanted to let you know. I was rooting for you.
Word.
Same here, but yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely feeling better. But yeah, it's it's just one of those things. You just getting older. You gotta change your lifestyle a little bit. That's just how it goes. But check this out, y'all. This I love this kit bash, man. This is my first kit bash with G.I. Joe Classified. It's completely customized. Got parts from Snake Eyes, the visor from Mutton Junkyard, shades rather. It's got the pistol with the silencer. The
I'm waving that gun all willy nilly, man. I got PTSD, man. Let me just wave
hey, now.
I'm like ducking. I'm trying not to.
Okay. You got Snake Eyes. So, but I made him when I had the Night Force tunnel rat and put the regular tunnel rat's head on there because he's got a gray bandana. He's got face paint. I mean, he just fits much better. Changed all his gear with Snake Eyes, and then I bought this joint at Walmart. Raw Talk. I told you I was there.
Yeah.
I got the joint. Got the paint.
Put some work in. I see. Yes.
The acrylic.
Wait a minute. You repaint yours?
Got the brush. Sure, we customize it.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah. Well, I do. I haven't yet, but that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna try my hand at it, but I forgot sandpaper because I want to get sandpaper to sand off before I paint.
You get the fine grit, not the heavy grit. I forget what they call it.
Super fine. Yeah.
Fine grit. Yeah. They have it on the sponge too, where you can have the super fine, then you can sponge off the dust and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
because that'll be dope, man. Because
once that figure comes here, bro, I'm swapping the bottoms of both tunnel rats. I'm gonna just switch their bottoms.
What, the pants?
Yeah, because on the action figure he has dark pants. On the original,
right?
Dark pants. So I'm gonna switch it up.
Yeah, Raw Talk. You used to paint Transformers as a kid, didn't you? You used to put them together and paint them, didn't you?
Nah, I never really had Transformers. My cousins have. I was G.I. Joe all the way. I mean, first it was He-Man, and then it was G.I. Joe.
It's so much time, so much patience, so much detail. I was like, how the fuck is that fun, man? That doesn't sound fun to me.
It's fun.
It's not fun to you? You said it's not fun to you?
You remember back in the day, you would get the kit, you build it, and then you take, you know what I'm saying, you take your paint, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
you see, G.I. Joe, you talking about Gundam.
Model kits.
Thank you. I said Transformers. God damn, yes, Gundam. Yes.
Oh, Gundam?
Nah, I wasn't into painting models all that well. Only rock.
And I'm the type, if I spend that much time on it and you drop it, or disrespected in any way, I'm gonna fight you. I spent hours on that shit.
Yeah, I can dig it. I was painting like canvases and stuff like that, but never like I never thought about painting like models. I never got into them like that. Although that it's dope. Now I get into them, but yeah, he looks crazy, yo.
He, he threatening as fuck. So let me go get my shot. Right.
I back here on my wall, um, back here is all my custom movie snake eyes and storm shadows. So I got a whole bunch of them. I
And
did,
you did those yourself?
yeah, I customize and paint them
Oh shit!
like that because there was so many extras. Hold on, and they're in the boxes. Hold on.
Yeah, I never get like doubles or anything. I only ever get one of every figure. I never buy like a bunch of shit or a bunch of one figure, like troop building and all of that.
You're like really good at basically inventory keep. Like when you move, like you
I
keep up with your stuff. Is what I'm saying. You're organized. Is what I'm
well,
trying to say. Because that would give me anxiety. Because if I couldn't find one, I'd freak out. Because that would be my, you know what I mean? So that's why
that's
I buy these.
the thing is you got to get in and pre-order them shits. Because once they're out, I don't, I'm done. If I didn't pre-order it and get it pre-ordered, there's no way I'm buying it because I'm not paying somebody else double and triple the price that I would have paid if I got it, retail,
So
on eBay or nothing. But
Did you guys like Ultraverse, The Strangers?
what's that? What is that? Ultraverse to Strangers? Let me see. I never even heard of that.
Okay, what's the original? So that's the repaint. And what was the original? Because you just showed it in the box.
Hang on, Black Hero.
Is in the box. These are all black from the movie.
Oh, the movie Snake Eyes, right? Oh, and you made a bunch of like the new versions. Oh, that's from the
That's
comic.
repaint, and that shit go
Yeah, the
hard.
dead. I forget was it dead.
Dead Game.
Dead game. Yeah, I made a dead game.
Damn. Nah. Damn, that's what them Snake Eyes are good for.
I did that, and then
I saw you made the blue.
oh yeah, I did that one too. From the regular GI Joe.
Yeah, right. Yep. That's crazy.
That one, and
Yep.
I did that off the Commando one. And here's the movie. My little version of like a Tiger Force, somewhat Storm Shadow from the movie.
Dope.
So I try to do a little something with them.
Yeah. I had that Storm Shadow too. I ended up, I don't know, I gave it to somebody or something because I didn't know what to do with it.
I got a few more lined up here, a lot of stuff. So it's just like
Yeah.
whenever they they were cheap. They were like what?
Like
$3.
Oh shit.
Yeah, from like Ollie's.
Right. Oh.
So I got them and used them as canvases.
Yep. Brilliant. Yep. All right, y'all. Now, Cobra Commander, though, but that book is dope. This Cobra Commander is fucking dope. It's like I said, the Energon, universe that we see in Duke. This is part of that world, so it's part of that Duke Transformers Energon universe, and you know what I'm saying. So, the author sort of had fun mixing Starscream, the reveal of Starscream in Duke, with the government conspiracy, thriller that sort of runs into a bit of a wall with Cobra Commander 1, and basically that, the fact that by himself Cobra Commander is not particularly interesting. Um, and I'm not trying to say like that, he's not dope or he's not cool or whatever, if you're a fan of Cobra Commander. But Cobra Commander has been the face of Cobra for 4 decades and served his role as being G.I. Joe's big bad very adequately. And he's easy to hate, especially in the 80s cartoon series with that sort of iconic, raspy voice. But as the years have passed, it's become clear that there's not much more to him than, being more than, him just being an evil, world domination, seeking, like a lot of other heroes in that era, Megatron, Skeletor, Bowser, Vegeta, have been, given layers of complexity over the years. But some have been given motivation for their actions. Others sort of become a reflection of the current events and politics. And some have gone so far as to become good guys, like Magneto.
And the camera angles, I guess I don't know. I was looking like
What happened?
the camera angles. I'm like this. This needs
Oh,
you.
damn! Why is it? Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
There he is. But yeah, yeah. I mean, they definitely give him some character, and that's why, at least for me, Cobra Commander #1 is definitely cool, but it didn't quite hit as hard as Duke #1 sort of managed to, with the big reveal and just that dope vibe that it came with. And they do share certain traits and violent scenes that sort of remind you that this is not a kids comic. This is definitely an adult, more mature, reader's joint. But obviously, when all the comic book can rely on is Cobra Commander, just being, a sort of mustache twirling bad guy, there's not much, behind it. And, I start to lose interest, and it just doesn't hold its own. Like, this is its own comic. He's got his own title now, so he can't just be that two-dimensional bad guy. So they have to give him something deep and some substance behind his character. So that's what they're going for. But yeah, if you've invested in the Energon universe and its various books, I think Cobra Commander #1 is definitely an important part of it that you want to definitely get into. But of all the miniseries involved in the Energon universe, I think it's probably the weakest. Not to say it's not good. Just if one had to be the weakest, it'd be this. But I still like it a lot.
Because it's more like a comic-y thing,
Mhm.
where Duke is more of espionage, thriller.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What draws you in more? What draws you in more? Something more fanatical, like an outer space kind of thing, or something more realistic, but still has that, you know what I'm saying, that extra element. Like what kind of stories really like engage y'all? Like the
Me.
more realistic stuff,
Acolyte.
the more like
Yeah, it depends on my mood. I like them both, so it just depends on what I feel like. Yeah, at the time.
okay. Well, how about just with that? Just with GI. What stories get you? What stories grip you, draw you? The
Depends.
more gritty or the more
That's a tough one too, because GI Joe just by itself, if it was just an army thing, it wouldn't be as interesting. You got to have the ninjas and the sci-fi characters and shit to make it GI. But I wouldn't get to be all either one. I definitely like the mix. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it's definitely the mix. The mix is good because you get the hilariousness of the '90s Joes, and then you get the seriousness of the earlier Joes of what serious points it is. But when you get into Image, you get into some more extreme type of GI Joe stories. You get into the IDW, it gets more extreme. People, I mean, at the end of Marvel, people start getting killed.
Yeah.
So that's when it gets real, and then it just gets better as it goes on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Personally, I like a mix. I like a mix. I don't want it. I don't want it so silly that it's like not really readable because I'm an adult. But I don't want it so serious that I'm sitting there like, and I put the book up and I just go, all right, and I go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Like one eye open. I need a mix.
Yeah.
I want to get into it, and then I'm gonna be like, and then I'll be like, that roller coaster. I like that mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Hero.
You still there, bro? Your mic's muted.
Yeah. I haven't read G.I. Joe, so I'm not really even sure if I would like it. So I'm actually going to have to get on board because now I'm seeing it everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know if I would care if it wasn't something I grew up on as a little kid. I wouldn't probably care. That's the only reason I fuck with it.
Oh,
Cause
I didn't mean you for me, not TS, but that's why Black Hero. I just mean like period. Like what stories engage you? Do you like a mix? Do you like something more serious, intellectual? Do you like whimsical? Like what's
I'm
your
more into detective thriller comics. No, you know what? No. I'm not really into comics. I'm more into stories. I love to read. Like I'm a huge bookworm.
Nice.
you
Yeah,
like
like Time Machine, The Count of Monte Cristo, H.G. Wells.
same question. What kind of book
Yeah.
do you like? Do you like something just completely nonfiction off the rails, or do you like the facts, or do you like the stuff you really
So
read? Like what
I love
stories? Because comics are books, so what stories engage you?
I love all stories. I'm a storyteller. I'm a story reader. I will read nonfiction or self-help books. The greatest salesman in the world. From Aragon sci-fi with H.G. Wells, The Count of Monte Cristo. I love a little bit of Huckleberry Finn, Mark Twain, Lois Lowry, The Giver. That's a utopia type of story. I've read all of the Artemis Fowl series. I love the intellect and genius of Artemis Fowl. Everything.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
all them
really
books
dope.
you just listen to is depressing. You know, like Goosebumps. You never heard Baby Sister Blues? You know, like none of that
Goosebumps is
shit.
dope.
Goosebumps.
So the answer to that question is
Mark
you
Twain.
like the gritty shit. Because Count of Monte Cristo is
It's not.
depressing. Y'all heard that shit? That's
Well,
not a roller coaster. That's just
but
take
you
you to
know
sleep.
what really got me into comic books? Like not just the art, just the reading of it. Because at first, when you're little, you're looking at the pictures. But what got me into reading them and trying to understand the stories and stuff like that, it's not a comic book. It's actually a story. Like you were saying, The Man in the Iron Mask. That right there got me into really reading stories. The Iron Mask.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Black Hero is the perfect comic book reader because he don't need pictures. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not what he's the perfect reader.
And it's so amazing because on my other page, most people don't read. Like most people aren't actually advantageous about reading. You know, and like even the Percy Jackson series, I've actually read all those books right when they came out. Rick was an amazing writer. He's told so many other different stories. I do like what he did with like the Greek mythology angle.
Yeah.
But everybody is talking about the TV series and they have no idea about the book. Like no one's reading the book.
We saw the movie. We saw the movie when my son was younger, and then I got him the books, and we read the books, and then now the series is out. The TV series is out, so it's interesting to see all the different ones. But yeah, but the book's pretty good. The books are good. They're definitely worth a read. But I read a lot of books like from Game of Thrones, Star Wars books, and then like crime novels, Don
You
Winslow.
look like a rich dad, poor dad guy.
I read it.
Yeah.
Somebody Moved My Cheese was a good one. There's shit like that. Some of those books are pretty good. But I read other shit too, like books by hip hop artists I like. I've read Rakim's book, Raekwon's book, Scarface's book. But my favorite author is Don Winslow. He writes a lot of crime.
Iceberg Slim.
I read what was it? I think it was
Iceberg Slim. He wrote 3. I think he wrote 3 books.
Yeah, he wrote Trick Baby, Iceberg Slim, and
Hell yeah, we read books. We
Right, we read books here.
Donald Goines.
man. We want some books. Not a story.
Donald Goines, Never Die Alone is phenomenal. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, the Star Wars novels, I love those. Game of Thrones has me really enthralled. Those are some thick ass books. But that being said, I think the art in a comic is every bit as important as the writing, because when I read a great indie comic that the writing is this phenomenal story and the art is just some bullshit, it really hurts me, because like, man, this would be dope if the art was just dope. Like I really want to see this put to a visual, because comics are a visual medium. It's not, you want to read a book, a comic is a visual medium. So when you don't focus on the art, it's like you're leaving half of it out. And while yes, I think the story I think they're equally important. I just think they're equally important. I think if like Image, when Image first started out, they were all about the art. Image Comics, everything was about the art, and the stories were ass. There was no stories. They just sucked. And that's not good. Like that's beautiful. Every single page of those comics was like a full page splash. I mean, they looked amazing, but there was no story, and it didn't do well. Like they that doesn't work. You have to have both.
Right. I would rather a good story than the art.
Yeah, I mean, but I for me, if I'm reading a comic, it's gotta have both. It's got to have.
have a balance.
Yeah.
He's right.
Well,
He's right.
like from time to time, I go on this independent radio channel, and I listen to the old school serials. You know what I'm saying? Where they acted out on radio and stuff like that, and it brings out your imagination.
Yeah.
So when you have comic books, you don't really have too much imagination, because everything is presented to you.
Well, you have to imagine their motion and what they're doing.
Yeah, the motions of it, but the way they look is already presented.
Right.
So whereas reading a book, you gotta imagine how this person.
Every character you have to imagine.
Yeah, you're really absorbing yourself into it. You're really dedicated.
That's why I love the Lord of the Rings saga, because the poetry in his writing, explaining each character and even like explaining them from another viewer. Amazing.
Yeah, he really describes everything.
That's just the dilemma of the comic
I think
book
we've
nerd,
been spoiled
because they looked at, because there are pictures and that's not a whole lot left up to the imagination. I'm sorry. They even write out like the boom and pow. You feel what I'm saying? And they're looked at as thankless books. And that's why their value is overlooked and so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? Because the pictures are there. You know what I mean? And
that's not.
they're not really taken as serious because
That's
of the art. But they should be taken more serious, because it's
Could be, because a lot of comics are fucking literature, man. I'm sorry, they're every bit as good as any novel, because I read a lot of novels. There's a lot of way better than most novels that I've read. So
some of the illustrations, though, are some illustrated comic books. They're not comic books. They're illustrations. Those are like, no, they're like, I can show you, but they're like actual comic books, but they're for illustration and educational purposes, which means they have bigger text, longer storyboard, less boom pow. You want to see one? You want me to show you one?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think we with us, we've been, as far as the art is concerned, like you were saying, having a great story, but the art is trash. We got spoiled by DC and Marvel, because that, in the beginning, they had the story and the art that's so awesome. You're like, and then the story intrigued you. You know, like the saga of Wolverine. His whole saga is crazy.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
The story is trash. The story is trash.
Yeah, I mean the story's
Like,
trash,
I
but I'm
don't
saying
care.
the
Like, I
art.
was like, oh, look at this amazing art. It's like Reno said, with this trash ass story.
Yeah, vice versa. You can have amazing art, trash story, or trash story, amazing art. But
Yeah,
to
you gotta.
balance that, it takes a lot. So I think Marvel and DC over the years have done that in the past. Now you're getting a mix of a lot of craziness now. You know, you're getting weird stories, great art, but weird stories. Oh, gold. Oh, okay, okay.
So I wish that I could. Oh, well, I can.
What is that?
How do you flip the? How do you flip the?
Oh no! Oh yeah.
See, so there's way more like there's way more words. It's a bigger story.
Oh,
You
old
see what
school
I'm
shit.
saying?
Oh, the old school shit. I used to do back in the day.
Yeah, we
Hell
used to
yeah,
get
that's
that
how
in
I
the
did it all.
papers. Remember in the
Yeah,
newspapers, we used to get that one.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
I got one. I got issue 1, and I got issue 2 and 3. I think. Yep. I got Alexander Dumas,
Okay.
the Count of Monte Cristo.
Nice.
Oh,
and also the Three Musketeers and the Man in the Iron Mask.
Okay, nice.
But it goes into like, I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like it goes into illustration. I mean detail with the story.
But it's got a lot of text.
It got a lot of text. Like you got to actually read the whole entire thing.
Hell yeah, that ain't that cliffhanger. That ain't that cliffhanger. That's just to that to be continued and then boom. You feel what I'm saying? It's
I'm gonna
not.
have to
Yeah,
find.
that's yeah.
I know. I've come across those. I have to find those again for my.
I have
my son's.
I have so. Hey, I'll trade you. I'll trade you for milestone. I got issues. I got issue 1, 6. Ooh, I got the first issue. 1966. This is the first issue that they printed out. Cool. And then I got Alexander Pushkin.
Okay. Oh, that's dope.
I'll give you $10 chip.
And then who's that? I'm not gonna butcher that.
11.
No,
I'll keep going up.
I have more stuff right there.
You say yes.
Right. Also, since we're showing,
the
this one is actually an illustrated one too, but it's not in color.
Okay.
See the whole entire text?
Yeah.
But it's just not in color. But this one's a little bit more superhero. You know, but like heavy dialogue.
That's dope.
Yeah, man, but I'll trade one for what's it called?
Now, what are you looking for the milestone? You're not looking for current milestones. You're looking for the old school, right?
Yeah, like
or like
you know, like something like this.
Icon. Okay. Yeah.
How dare you, Black Hero? How dare you?
Wait, why you say that?
The Blood Syndicate, Icon. What else I got? I got a whole bunch of them. Static.
Like Worlds Collide.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a few doubles and triples.
Yo, I'm getting
and I also have access to a comic shop that has a lot of them. A whole like a section just on milestone period.
Oh wait, Black Hero, you said y'all don't have an LCS. You do have thrift stores, don't you? Maybe we haven't got looks.
I have one thrift store that he sells his, but I'm kind of stopping business with him because all his comics, like I have to go through each and every comic and his comics are overpriced. Like he's pricing them because I can't get them anywhere else.
Yeah, I got a
You
bunch.
know,
There's everything. They're all $5. I'm like, what?
Yeah, a lot of these thrift stores are upping their prices as if you were buying them new. They're all doing it because the culture of people thrifting and reselling has skyrocketed. So now these places, these thrift stores, and they want to make money now. They acting like they're Macy's and shit now. And it's crazy.
Man, you can't get me, man.
Yeah.
They get stuff donated to them. This is what's the problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Getting it donated, but you're selling it. We understand that, but now you want to act like a big box store. Now there's a problem, and then especially with electronics. If it don't work, you're stuck with it. They should be penalized for that because if you're selling electronics, it's supposed to work. If you're going to be operating as
there's an easy way around it because all I have to do is mark that once you buy it or check electronic before you leave, and it's good.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's like if you get home and you plug it in and it don't work, it's an issue.
You're gonna be pissed off.
Like the video game.
I bought stuff for the car and put it in the car. When I got in the car at work, got home, in the house, started the car to go to work the next day, and that shit did not work. And I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to return those. That's the thing with comic books.
Yeah.
Ain't no return on comic books. You can't do that to LCS.
Oh, no.
I don't know LCS. You don't return it.
No.
Hey, Bloodshed, I just got what you were saying earlier. I'm gonna shop with you. Like I need to get on your page and look around because you're on Whatnot and everything too. I follow. No, you're not on Whatnot. No. It's
but just DM me. Just DM me. I have so much milestone. It's kind of disgusting. And I for you, hell yeah, I'd bundle it for you. I have a bunch of milestone. I got the reboot. I got the old stuff. Slabs.
I have a lot of the reboot. I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't really like it at all.
Really? Like none of the new stuff?
Yeah, the new stuff is it's I don't know. I don't want to call it trash, but it's I like hardware. Like I'm gonna keep the hardware ones. No, I didn't like the new static. Like
the static.
Like see the new static. Like I don't like the coloring. I don't like the whole. Like what are you guys doing here?
It's like anime. They making it into like an anime.
Yeah.
No, but like, and they changed up the whole design.
I got busy, y'all.
They
customized.
I'll say they have a lot of dialogue. I do like the dialogue, but I'm sorry, man. I don't like the coloring. I don't like what they did to static. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
And then like with his look at static.
Yeah, I like the art. That's so negative.
It's like computer generated art.
Right. Thank you.
It's like it takes away from the grittiness of how people
right now
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Man, all right. So I have a hardware. Let me find an older hardware.
I'm just too old school. I'm sorry.
No, I feel the same. Like
I still like the smell of the old newsprint in my comic books, in my old comic books.
Oh, you don't like the glossy?
Man, I hate glossiness, man. I mean, I'll deal with it if it's a good title, a great title, and stuff like that. But yeah, see,
why I fuck with the glossy because
I like this.
I like
man, I left for 2 seconds.
I can't eat Lucky Charms, man.
I left for 2 seconds. This is what I just got offhand, off the pile. I got this New Blood Syndicate. That's the #1 first issue reboot, and then of course the Hardware season 2. Got that joint there too. I got several variants of that.
I did. All right, look, I did.
Milestone.
Oh, nice.
I did like this hardware, but again, the artwork Yeah,
Yeah, the computer generated art is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely don't like.
I mean, I'm
but
I'm
like,
a graphic designer myself, so it's just like I use it
so
for
like,
different mediums.
You're
But
not talking about AI. You're talking about when they use like a stylus and
stylus. Well, I don't know. It's just like there's a certain level of commitment when you have the penciler, the inker, and the colorer. You know,
yeah,
the colorist.
Okay,
yeah.
And
now Black Hero, that said
everybody
not for
has their
sale.
interpretation.
You said
Right.
not for
And a
sale.
lot of times when these comic book places, like the companies hire you, you can be all three at once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can be all three at once, and it shows if if they're not really jiving. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Black
don't.
Hero.
I don't know.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
where did you get the Where did you get it graded?
And I bought these, bro. And check out my baby. Is
Oh,
it never gonna be for
yeah,
sale?
I have three of those.
That's my baby.
I have them raw though.
All right, now it's time
I
to pull
got
out
raws.
collections.
I
All
got it
right,
in
hold
the
up.
poly. I got it out the poly.
My whole
I got it with
collection
the
go to
trading
back
card.
all in big ass square
Shit, I got
tubs,
it.
man.
This ain't even
And
all of it.
nice.
I got a Blood Syndicate 1 in the slab box. I got a store exclusive Lunar variant static in the man. Can't believe you even asked me back here. I'm just got it.
All right, so basically you saying you got heat. Don't fuck with me.
She got good.
I like. Yeah, I like that.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn my camera around.
Give me some light over here. Look at this. I'm a beast now.
You on a Droid or iPhone?
I'm a beast now when it comes to paint shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you getting busy? Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting busy.
Like Hero keeps muting phones so he can go beat his kids real quick. And he come back, but everything's fine. It's like, hey guys. Oh snap.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I like the old school way of how comics were done. Once you introduce AI and stuff like that, it kind of it really messes up the craft of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, because like back in the day, you really appreciated how they made the comics, the
Faster.
craft, everything that went on into it.
Faster. It's just faster. It is less work. You can introduce more artists and things. It's just faster. And plus it's
Yeah, but
2023 and
yeah, fast is not always good though. You know what I'm saying? It's like
man, Ross, we can't have nothing sacred. Ain't nothing drawn by hand no more, man. It's
no,
computers.
I
Get
know.
used to
I know. I
it.
mean, I use it myself. I use computers myself when I design for clothing and things of that nature, awnings and all sorts of stuff. I understand how fast
Well,
it
I
can be.
definitely prefer like hand drawn animation over computer animation.
Mm.
You know, like when how anime and shit used to be drawn with pencils and shit.
Yeah, still.
Animated and shit. Yeah. Like
Man,
remember the whole
those
Disney
days,
movie
man,
and shit when they
we
drew
talk
them with
about
the
back
pencils?
with the
Them shit
Power
was
Rangers. You
amazing.
get the strength
Like
from the droid.
Lion King and Aladdin and all of them. That shit was drawn with a pencil. Bambi, all those classics and shit. Those
Yeah.
shit actually drawn.
Yeah. G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
Transformers, everything back then. Now the new ones, yo, you can just type it in on Chat GBT or whatever. You get the proper prompt and how you want to break down a story.
It's another contribution as to why it gets turns into more and more trash.
Okay, yeah, I got
It's
that Blood
easier and
Syndicate
easier,
too.
and
Yeah,
then it just
I got the blue one too, the blue cover one. There's a yellow and a blue wrapper. So you probably got most of the stuff I already have already. Maybe I gotta go through my stuff again. Yeah, that shit is hard right there, man. See that art, like it stands out. The artist, everything, it stands out. The I'm talking about the other one, not the new Batman outside. You could tell that's computer generated.
Ooh, that shit looks so hard, dog.
Cobalt, yeah, sick.
Yeah, this shit looks
See,
so.
that's the The 90s one. Yeah. I got the other Worlds Collide.
These are my
Omo
last
in the
two
background.
out my baby box. This is my baby. I'm
Uh-oh.
probably gonna get buried with this one.
Oh shit, that looks
That's my
crazy.
baby. I'm probably
So
gonna
I
bury
so
this
I
one.
take it Static Shock is your favorite.
Out of
Parent.
Me?
milestone? Out of milestone?
Yeah.
Yeah, out of milestone.
Rocket.
Yeah, out of
Fuck
Milestone.
with
Rocket. Come on,
it's
Rocket.
because of the way he's
Rocket.
drawn. If you
Okay.
want to talk about a character, I kind of actually like Holocaust. Not gonna
Holocaust.
lie.
Okay.
Oh, you want to see it? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah. Holocaust is tight. Yeah, that's
That's
tight.
my boy. See,
Icon
I
is
got this
definitely
in.
ill. Yeah.
This is an 8.0. So if Rob Tyler, if your boy or you know somebody, or you know somebody and give me a higher 8.0 on this blessing to get one. Don't gotta be this one. It can be the variant. But
Okay.
this is what I can get my hands on right now.
All right. That Holocaust Icon Holocaust battle, right?
I'm not even really sure why I'm competing right now, bro. I already lost.
Ain't no competing. It's just you got the comics, baby. That's all that matters.
Yo, in the comics they said Holocaust punch you, it's a wrap. One
Mm-hmm.
punch, it's a wrap.
You guys like Vixen?
That's how big like this dude like yeah.
Vixen is tight. That's the first appearance.
No, second.
Yeah,
Second
number
appearance,
one.
still dope.
No, it's not even the second. No, it's not the second. It's
No?
just simply her and Superman.
Okay.
The first appearance
team up.
is just to team up.
Okay.
Ooh, wait. This
Yeah,
is her second appearance.
I have that. I have two of those. I
have Vixen's first appearance, and I have no idea. It's around here somewhere.
Yeah, I have two of those.
I have it though. I mean, you find something at a good price, you're like, hey, you don't know what you got, but it's about to be mine.
You got that. You got that.
Woo! We got that.
Oh, homie, I know you ain't trying to show up. Hold on, let me.
No. I'll turn off my camera. No, I'll turn off my camera. I apologize.
No, you can a little bit of competition.
All right, we coming out with we
Okay.
coming out with some heat.
We can compete.
Ooh, no, this is Infestation.
Oh, the Blood Syndicate. Yeah.
But Worlds Collide.
Steel, I had that one. Yeah, I got that.
I got to steal number one. Man, I'm messing up my whole. I just organized this, bro.
Don't sell this. Do you think I'll be stupid?
Oh, they
See.
with the AP.
See. And I can't even pull out the Black Lightning issue number one.
I can because it's in a case. If I had it in a raw, I would not even be showing y'all this. This is my Black Knight one.
Most of my comics are raw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a lot of people put them in encapsulated. I like to read them from time to time. That's my issue.
Yeah, me too. And also, I don't trust that you really gave me the real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a phobia of
you can track them and take
scammers. You know what I'm saying? And CGC seems to be scammers to me. Like, how can you rate a comic based on what? Based on whose perception of what?
They got criteria. They take out a magnifying glass and they've got a checklist, and they go over that checklist, and each thing they check off has a certain number of points, and that's how they come up with the 9.8 or the this or the that.
Send in a fake book to CGC if you want to. See what you get back.
See what happens.
I'm about to do that.
Oh, they'll find it. They'll catch it.
How much does it cost to get it graded? Depends.
Didn't it go up? It was
like $60 for the submission, depending on if it's signed or what kind of label you're looking for. And then you got to do shipping it in. That's on you.
Are you
gotta get it shipped back? So in the end, it's like $100 and something, ain't it?
No, are you talking about getting it done from a comic store or something? Are you talking about submitting it directly to CGC?
Directly to CGC.
Yeah, directly
to
yourself.
Like $35 to do it yourself.
$35?
Bro, I've submitted so many books to CGC. The thing is, yeah, it's you don't. If you go to a comic shop or you go online and you try to get something slabbed from somebody, yeah, they're going to charge you all that money because they're doing it themselves. But if you get the membership yourself from the CGC website, that's going to cost you a couple bucks to get the membership. Once you get your membership, each submission is like $35. No lie.
Ooh, that's dope. I would make a killing off of that.
Yeah.
As long as I got some, like a Blood Syndicate #1, I got that for $1. I pay, $35 or 40, whatever, to get it graded, and then I flip it and sell it for 70, 80.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yo, you said a Blood
You got
Syndicate
Cyborg in there too.
#1?
I seen it. I seen that
Blood Syndicate
Cyborg.
#1 for $1.
I got
all,
Since
I
it
got
came
them
back to
all.
920.
I got all the Cyborg Rebirth ones.
Yeah, you got the hold up.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hey, somebody asked me why I was selling, because I try to flip them, right? They asked me, why are you selling your comic books? I'm like, I'm trying to make some money. What are you talking about?
Well,
Yeah.
Black Hero, what are you looking for? Because Milestone got a bunch across the board. Like, are you looking for anything specific? Like, who's looking for?
Yeah, like for me, I want a static issue #1. That's the only really everything issue #1. I need a hardware, Icon and Rocket, static.
You want a direct, like on a newsstand, or do you want the reprint? Because they did a reprint before they did the reboot. I have that too. So did you want like the static, or did you just want a copy of static #1?
Like now, wait. So, what is the static issue #1? The very first issue,
1993. That's that
Right.
slab I just showed you. There's several variants. There's a blue one, there's a yellow one, there's an orange one. I have those. And then before they did the 2020 reboot with Shadows of Dakota, they came out with polybag reprints of the variants of that 1993 issue. However, they're modern reprints. I have that too. So, but it's like money. So I can get you the reprint for like $10. But if you wanted one of my issues, I have it. That's I don't charge you, bro. You feel me? So you would have to let me know who's looking for it.
Yeah, like I would definitely need the $10 one just to have it. That would be cool. And then for the other one, I would want to look it up and see, because I do want to actually get into collecting eventually, like real collecting, hardcore collecting.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm busy. I'm saying I got busy.
Yeah, see, so I have stuff that I do sell. A lot of them are doubles and triples. So yeah, I got this Vixen.
How'd you get fun?
Then here's the Cyborg Rebirth #1. Another #1.
You have fun?
Oh yeah.
Another #1.
I do.
And another #1. And I gotta look for the other ones. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, you ate?
Yeah.
I have a personal
Oh
grill.
yeah.
It's in this pile, and I'm trying to show you my personal grill. And I'm trying to find out how to find it. This is like my favorite pile. I gotta find it.
Hey, but Bloodshed, I do want to get with you. I'm going to, not tonight, tomorrow, I'll hit you up and see what you have in like the older Milestone, and then see if I can bundle or talk out a price. Issue #10 of Cyborg. I got all the like rebirths.
Go into the Black Lightning.
I got that one. I got that one. No, I don't got #2. No, I don't have #3. Is that the one with Painkiller? #4?
Hold on. Yeah.
This is my personal grill.
I got up to
Double
12.
Signs by Denny Cohen and Dwayne McDuffie. Static
I
#1.
got from 1 to 12.
Gosh.
Well,
yeah, that one. How much is that one?
What?
Oh man, that ain't for sale. I said it's my brother.
He's like, how much is that?
I'm just sharing with you something special to me. You tried to buy it immediately. That's why I don't show that shit. That's
Broad strip.
How much is it?
Word. We
No, that's
buying up
awesome,
here.
baby.
See, I love the team up of
Got
Black
Mosaic.
Lightning.
Mosaic number 1 to number 7.
Oh, let me get that number 1. No, just kidding. I have number 2. I just did a thing on him.
You need Mosaic? Number
No,
1?
I was teasing. Oh, you said Mosaic. Okay, yeah, I have that one.
Okay.
I got the whole run. No, I don't have the whole run. I think I have up to like 17.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, look. Oh, my bad. Okay. Black Lightning team up with Superman.
Nice.
And Black Lightning team up with Batman.
Oh, that's tight.
The first comic book that started my
Crap.
collecting for my personal, just for my personal journey. This is it. Very first one. Moon Knight number 1.
Nice. I got that too.
Is that a real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. That's dope.
That's not a facsimile.
No, go right there.
That's the number 1. That's the diamond. That's the first. That's
the
printing.
The diamond is the proof.
Yeah.
That's true.
I got the diamond as well. Yeah. It's a nice copy.
This rifle was just plain gray, and I had to give it some accents.
Yeah, I don't like how you see how it bows.
Yeah, the back how it bow up. I thought it was the way it was. I thought it was like a defect, but that's actually the way the rifle's designed.
Wow.
Where the butt of it bows up like that.
I'm talking about the front to the back.
Oh, the barrel.
You look at the front to the back. Yeah, the barrel. You see how it's the front to the back? It bows.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole thing bows. It's great. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that mosaic right there. Oh, Bruce Lee. That's all I need to see.
See, that's why I'm done. I lost.
Done.
Yeah,
she took out the Bruce Lee.
My little bank got taken.
The butt of it's straight, but the butt of it gives it the illusion that it's bowed up, but because it's the way that it's designed. But if the barrel bends, you can like hit it with a blow dryer.
Yeah.
Or a little space heater or something like that, and just heat it up a little bit, and then when it's nice and hot and bendy, you straighten it. Yeah. Let it cool. When it cools, it'll be straight. I learned that on Shartimus Prime's channel.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I know who Shartimus is.
Yeah.
He tried to do Street Humans. It didn't go so well. He tried to do a GoFundMe for his own action figures.
Oh, really? I
didn't go too well. The second time he did it. I think he went back. Third time's a charm. So hopefully he get it to where he needs to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely does his thing with reviewing figures.
Yeah.
What I know from.
Mm.
Yeah, he definitely reviews the fuck out of some figures. I think he's probably the one of the biggest or the oldest figure review channels out there.
Yeah, combination of the two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Kaneki?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. I thought that was the dog. No.
Yeah, man. But going into those comics, man, it's just heavy, man. I got a ton of stuff in this week.
Yeah, man.
At one point, I had comparable to a comic shop, and I sold a lot of comics at like flea markets and stuff like that. I would go to shows and stuff. I still got some more I got to sell off. So I'm dwindling it down to just my GI Joe comics, my Batman comics and my mutant comics. I mean,
That's why I
I'm
started
in the
selling.
Hulk.
That's why I started selling. I had so much stuff that they weren't my grails. This is about PC. This is stuff I picked up along the way. Good
Yeah.
price. You know what I mean? But I'm just not.
Even
So I sold them all. Well, and that's. So it's
even
like
my
if you don't
image
buy them, I was
comics.
like, I get it.
Yeah.
Holy
Even
shit!
my image comic, all my image comics. I'm
Wait,
as far as the spawns and all that stuff, getting rid of those.
yo,
Bloods, Wildcats.
it's gonna be 18 degrees tonight.
All right, feels like that outside now.
It's crazy. Right now it's 20.
So you just gonna step out the house and just like die, essentially. That's cold.
Better be wearing some
You live in
jackets.
Alaska?
I'm glad I don't have to go nowhere tomorrow, boy. Boy, I'm in the house tomorrow. Heater on, pumping.
I got an adventure outside.
Man, I ain't got to venture nowhere tomorrow.
Got a toy
That's
show
not
to
a
go
fucking
to.
adventure, man. That's an uphill battle.
Yeah, you don't venture nowhere. If you don't have to venture nowhere tomorrow, don't venture.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you got a con to go to, you got to make that venture.
Yeah, man.
That's just what it is. If I had a con to go to, I'd be making that venture too.
Yeah. Mine's not too far, 15 minutes away. So 15, 20 minutes away. I'm going through this joint.
It's not bad at all.
Diggs, what's up?
Hey, so I don't know. Look at this is another pair of goggles that I got for him, and I don't know if I like these better or not. They do bring more like a GI Joe figure vibe, but
Those are the goggles from who? From
these
Wire?
these I think are Hawks. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Man, I can't.
Nah, that was too big. Those too big. They look crazy.
That's what I think too. They're way too big. But it looks like a GI Joe figure would have, but
I mean, he'd be dope regardless, but yeah, the mother ones look more like sinister type deal. Like he's
yeah,
really
more
out
dark.
there sniping people.
Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
Heard up. So have y'all heard about the not it's Marvel changing something. I forget what's going on in the toy sector. Oh yeah. Hasbro is changing manufacturers. They're trying to move from China to India.
India, yeah, on some bullshit.
Now we know how India does. Now, see, this is the thing I tell everybody because I've been in manufacturing for some time, as far as apparel and sneakers and shit like that, right? And sending over tech packs and designs and signing off on stuff, right? The thing with China, they're very literal. You could design something with red, and if there's a mistake, they will print it out because it's there on the tech pack. They
Right.
will print it. Hey, it's there. We did what you told us to do. They're literal. India, Pakistan, they'll imagine their own fucking thing and go off course.
Oh,
Yeah,
word?
they've been known to do that. They'll
Right.
It just made me choke. It just made me choke.
Yeah.
Alibaba.
Huh?
Fuck your shit up.
Yeah, that's why
Like
like dealing with them, like because a lot of companies I dealt with India and stuff, and it takes like at least 5 to 7 times for them to get one thing right instead of them doing their own interpretation, like as if you told them to do it, and they're like, well, we took liberties because we thought this one might be better. No,
That
this is
happened.
what we want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, they'll find out. Listen, if that's happening, and they going, you know, their whole goal is to save money. So if it ends up, that's gonna cost them money. So we'll
Yep.
see what they do. But
All I say is Fun School. Look at Fun School. Action figures. G.I. Joe compared to the regular G.I. Joe. Now, if they want that scenario to happen where Fun School has these weird colors and stuff like that,
yeah,
because if they take classifieds to India, you might as well kiss classifieds goodbye because it ain't
Isn't
gonna
there
be number.
everybody talks about like Chinese labor and the materials that they use. Now in India, don't they have like damn near no rules? Like they just get it done type shit.
And their
So
buildings are falling down in India, literally in their factories.
wow,
It's more exploitive over there than it is in China.
that's the cover I need right there.
Crazy. Oh yeah. Okay.
Modern day slavery.
I need that one. I need that one.
Yeah, that they don't have no more of that. That's no one. They got a con one too. That looks crazy. That they got a comic shop.
I got that. I need that. I need that.
Mm. That one looks tough though.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. Oh, that's a Decepticon in his visual.
Yeah.
See, look on his mask. It's a Decepticon label.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's Transformers. I mean, Autobots rather.
Oh no, that's a Decepticon symbol.
You sure?
And the one above him, yeah, definitely Decepticon. Even the symbol above his head in that white space is a Decepticon.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
not bad, y'all. I got the munchies like a motherfucker, so I made a pizza.
Oh. Yeah.
I
Well,
share,
I do have to go, but we're gonna be back Monday, y'all. So have a good weekend. Be safe. Watch some UFO shit and read comic books. Yeah, man, and have fun, man, and be safe and do what you love, man.
Facts, indeed. I'll take it
Be
easy.
safe, everyone. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.